welcome to We Are Not Wizards. That's right. We are here to play some D&D because we don't have magical powers, so we got to compensate. And we're also not IT professionals, if you saw the last episode. My name's Chad Allen Arthur, and if you see everybody here, these are my outrageous outlaws. Go ahead and say hi, outrageous outlaws.
Hey.
Oh, I can get a little bit more energy. That can I get a hi, my outrageous outlaws? There we go. I think that I could go on and talk and talk and talk, but that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here to see us play some D&D. Before we start, anybody got anything they want to say? Anything that is on their minds?
No, all right, let's get rolling.
Let's go ahead and just do a quick recap. Last time you saw us, we were introduced to our three players here. But that's not actually where it started. We started seeing the Star Sea. The Star Sea being a galaxy made up of three different splits. These three splits, all controlled by separate AIs, all children of the original AI, Eve. These AIs then started to create their own factions and started to create their own relationships with humans and became a pseudo dictatorship, however you want to look at it. And then we got to see a little bit of the rebels of this group, the people who are going to stop all of this darkness and evil in the world. Are outlaws. Our first outlaw that we got to see was little Cassie Brown, a small 13-year-old girl, 12 at the time, that ran away from home. And then we got to see our boy Emerald, a half maybe human, half robot kind of looking thing who loves cooking. Who loves cooking.
That was established.
Oh yeah, that was established. From now on, Emerald is forever caked up. Everybody knows that. That's canon. Finally, we have our little turtle friend, Igri, who ran away from his home after a huge uprising and uptaking from a group of settlers that are not from his planet. These three adventurers fought back against a computer program out to kill them. And after that, defeating that, they were official members of the Outlaws. We had some technical difficulties at that point, and we saw a couple of our Outlaws go off to a new planet, the Black Star, or Outlaw Star, depending on which person you want to talk to. Some people call it the Black Star, some call it the Outlaw Star. That's just dependent on who you are. And then finally, our dementia-ridden turtle came back, and now we are at the precipice at meeting someone very important, but you guys don't know who that is. So let me set the scene. You all three are in a very beautiful building. As we saw before, the glass on the outside of the building is cascading with a lot of colors as the sun reflects onto it, but the inside is very, very different. We're seeing a lobby full of destruction and old books and papers laid around, but a staircase with these strange bars that are around it, so you could walk up and have a little bit of safety, but they look like they've been pushed and pulled. And then that's where we left, because we saw our friend Igri come to. So this is the first conversation you guys are ever going to have with your turtle friend, or the first conversation you have had with your turtle friend. So why don't you tell me how that conversation goes?
Oh my God, he talks.
Yeah, who are you guys?
Well,
I can't seem to remember why I'm here right now, or it's kind of, I don't know why I know you guys.
Yeah, so we kind of kidnapped you. My bad, man, but Cassie Brown.
Okay.
Well, you saved my life back there, so we just took you along with us.
Where are we?
Yeah, sorry about that. And I'll kind of point towards the little burn mark on the shell.
Oh, that's no big deal. I've had worse.
Give me a perception check.
All of it?
Egri. I was trying to think who should do that one, but it's definitely Egri for this.
15.
Okay. On a 15, you are seeing some things about your body that's a little bit different from what you remember. First off, you see a little bit of cybernetics in your hand that wasn't there before. Of course, that was introduced a little bit ago, but this is new for you completely. Looks like a little rectangle right on your wrist with a little light, a little green light at the top. This little thing can be pushed down and removed easily. It also seems to have a bit of a thumbprint area for you, similar to like an iPhone's kind of thumbprint, little circle. The back old iPhone, not the face identification now that we have. As well as, yeah, you're seeing a burn mark that was never there. On top of, there's a couple things about your body that's a little bit different. You're seeing some marks on your skin that weren't there. You recognize them probably a little bit, but you're not necessarily sure what they are. Similar marks are on your friends here, but this seems to be marks that were given to you by the vat of glass that you were in before when you started to go into your 3D combat, right before.
Yeah, so sorry about that burn mark, man. But they were part of the Outlaws now, which I guess if you don't remember it, I can tell you all about them. You missed all the ships. I have some photos that Emerald and I took with each other. Yeah, and then, oh my gosh, you missed all of the Brad Knightley experience. Oh, we have to figure
Yeah, we're
out
not watching that again. You remember it, right?
Yeah. It seems just like a dream.
Roll me roll me some deception there or persuasion, depending on what it is.
It's a 12 for deception.
12. What's your passive? Give me a straight wisdom check if you guys want to try and see into his deception or persuasion. If not, then just let it lie.
I'm hoping he passes this.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got a 12 wisdom too.
Oh, there we go. So, being able to match it, this little turtle friend of yours may be a little bit deceptive. I don't think he really does remember the amazing, most thrilling documentary that's ever been put onto anybody's television or anybody's pal before.
Man, my parents said that you are not supposed to lie, but that's okay. I'm not really hurt by it, but we're definitely gonna have to watch it again. It's fine. It's okay.
As you guys are talking, somebody starts to walk down the stairs. Someone that you recognize. This person being a cybernetic man with a mohawk, with big glasses and glowing teeth. And he's like, "Hey, what, guys? You're supposed to come on. Let's get in. I told you to get in here." Wait, hold on. You didn't get my call, did you?
I'm not sure I did.
I called the little turtle guy. Did he not get it?
I don't think he knows how to use a phone.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's my bad. I assume. You go ahead and click your little clicky thing right there. Just click it. And as you look down, it's blinking. It seems like he's left a voicemail. He put it and it goes, "Hey, you guys coming? Because I was told that somebody went ahead and told you guys that you were supposed to be here, and you're not. So get it." And then it cuts out, giving you no information within his voicemail whatsoever. Even if you had listened to it, probably had no idea that this was the place that he was trying to get you to come to.
Yeah, are there like accessibility settings? I think he needs the text a little bigger on that.
Where it takes up the entire, like, one word per thing.
Put on
All right. He goes, "Well, I could maybe set the settings a little bit higher." And he goes in and he's like, "There you go. Try to click it again." You click it, and the exact same message comes on, but it's a lot louder. It's like, "What? You gotta come on!" Just screaming. He's like, that should be appropriate. I feel like I didn't introduce y'all before, or we didn't introduce each other. I didn't get any of y'all's names, other than Cassie Brown. She definitely introduced herself. I knew her. What is all y'all's names? Turtle Boy, you first.
My name's Igri.
Got it, Turtle Boy. I'm in. All right, robot guy. I want it.
I'm like looking around, robot guy. Like, oh, I'm Emerald.
Oh, Emerald, nice to meet you. And I got you. The name's the Juice. As you can see, give me an insight check. Actually, let's just do Emerald for this one because he's the one closest at this point.
Picked up a new D20 just for this. 7.
7. You can tell he seems like he's really into what you guys have to say. He's very involved. But that's what it seems like as he's just talking about himself. He's just like, I got a radio station and I've been a part of the Outlaws for many, many years. I'm a lot older than I look. I know that I look mostly robotic at this point, but I am human. I do not correct me or do not try to look anything else up. I am human. Gosh. And he starts talking and talking and talking, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be any stop.
Cassie, do you know who this was?
Was he the one on the commercials?
Yes.
He's kind of a celebrity. He's the one that, everyone, he did all the recruitment for it. I'm kind of fangirling right now, so I'm just gonna let him talk.
Is he Dreamboat like Brad?
No.
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 Okay.
That's fine.
Good to
Anytime
know.
you have a question on dreamboating, just ask me.
I'm gonna notate that.
I'm notating that too. Professional dreamboat connoisseur. Got it.
Like a radar.
She definitely gets advantage.
Advantage
All
on
dreamboat
any
checks.
dreamboats. But he's still talking. He's kind of going. You can feel there's no end to his energy because it seems that he kind of gets a little bit tired of other people talking, but he's ready to talk as much as he possibly can. As you kind of, he's like, hey, I see that. You're not hiding that from me. I can see you.
I wasn't hiding it.
That's very rude. You know what? I'm not talking to y'all. Y'all are a bunch of baloney. It's insane. And he starts walking off. He's like, this is ridiculous. I am a celebrity. I have a radio show. They've respected me, and they don't. These people don't respect me. As he walks off, you can see it's like tailing off the sound.
Cassie, what does the term face for radio mean? I've heard that before.
Face for radio, I think that means he's ugly.
Really? Okay.
I think so. I mean, look at him. He doesn't really have a face for TV.
True.
Mm-hmm. But she's gonna be like, I think we should follow.
Yeah, probably. We'll follow along with him.
All right, let me get going. We gotta get up these stairs, you said, right?
Yeah. Do you need any help with that?
Oh man, just give me a minute. Go ahead. You'll just
Is there an escalator we can take?
Or like a chair master?
Give me a perception check.
all this technology. I gotta walk.
Oh, nat 20 for that.
Nat 20. There seems to be right beside the stairs. You look beside, there's a bookcase that's definitely looks strange. And it kind of looks like while all the other things are kind of pushed down, this bookcase, even though the books are not on it, seems perfectly still, as if it's never fallen before ever. And on a nat 20, I would also say that you see little scratch marks on the bottom of the bookcase, as it looks like the scratch marks are pushing against the floor.
Okay. I'm going to motion to Igri to come with me. And I'll kind of walk over to the bookshelf there. And then towards the scratch marks, I'll try to pull out a book on the bookshelf.
There's no books on the shelf.
No.
Just pull the shelf out itself. Jeez.
I push it.
Give me an athletics roll, DC 5.
11.
11. The moment you touch it, it falls to pieces. as if it's super old, but it looks like no one's ever actually tried to use. What behind it looks like a perfectly restored elevator. It looks brand new as opposed to the rest of everything else. You see 2 buttons on the side. It looks like a old-fashioned elevator.
Hey, agree. I think this will save you some time.
Oh, all right.
As you guys press the button and go in, I don't even know. Do you guys press the button? This is an elevator, but
Do we need to go up or down?
I think he went upstairs.
I wasn't watching.
well, you actually did. You saw that the Juice walked outside of the building, frustrated with you guys.
Mm.
So he didn't actually go in the building at all. He walked the entire opposite direction. But if you go inside, if you look on the side, there's only 3 buttons.
What are the
My
buttons?
dog just walked in. The first button is ground floor, which is where you guys are. And then there's a second floor, and it says suite. And then the suite is scratched out. And then right under that, it says do not come. And then right at the top, it says master suite.
Hmm. Last time Cassie had told us not to go somewhere, we got a bunch of free stuff. Maybe we should go there.
My rule of thumb is every time it says do not do something to always do it.
Yeah. Works for me.
It's following the lore.
I press the button.
Okay.
As you're headed up, it starts to go a little bing bing. As you kind of go up, there's a little bit of a lull in there. There's some music going on. You hear ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba, and I'm going to go ahead and stop that for copyright reasons and give you a little 6-second snippet on that.
This would be great in a movie.
Yeah, it seems very close to like a movie soundtrack. Then new music starts to come in and flow in, and you feel a little bit wavy, a little nice coming through. And as the doors open up, you see the exact opposite of the music you're hearing. You see these creatures of sharp talons and looks like hands for blades. They are completely covering this floor. Give me a perception check. Anybody who would like.
19.
15.
Okay, not Igri.
I got 19.
What? 19. Okay, on a 19, Igri may not realize this, but they don't seem to notice you guys. But all of you notice the number. There's easily 300, maybe 400 of these creatures just gnawing on some type of animal or humanoid.
Go back up. Go upstairs. Go to the master room.
As you press the button, you hear bing, and they hear the noise, and they're like, "Ugh," and they start to run after you,
Closer.
and then the doors close, and you start to hear new music.
I like this one better.
Yeah, that floor didn't seem good. I don't want to go back.
As you're coming up, a new bing comes. Bing! Somebody is at the door. The door you see a big cloud of smoke come in through. Well, I've been waiting on you three. Please come in. As you guys kind of
Smoke in someone's face.
No, that's bad for you.
in front of you, you see a very strong-looking older man, gray hair. He has an eye patch made out of metal. He's wearing a black turtleneck, and he also has these more run-down brown pants with what looks to be a very large holster with a pistol similar to Cassie Brown's, but it's a lot larger, looks a lot heavier, and it looks like it can do some real damage.
Cassie, is that a dream boat?
I'm not really sure. My radar.
Give me a perception check on him.
Do I
And
get
I'm
it?
gonna give you. Yeah, you know what? Let's give you advantage. I mean,
Yeah,
you might as
obviously.
well, right? You have that.
19.
19. On a 19, you see that this man is what... This may not be your type, but maybe in the best way of describing, this guy's very daddy. Like, he looks very that kind of... If you're into that, that's what you're into. He's a DILF. Yeah, he's old. He's probably even a little bit older than... I'm not familiar on the ages of daddies and or zaddies, but we will just go ahead and say that this is, for his age, a very attractive man. He's got a very Tom Selleck vibe to him. If Tom Selleck went to war, that kind of makes sense.
He's very he's definitely part of the DILF community.
Still,
but you're okay if I hide behind you, right? Can I just get behind you?
Kind of help move her.
Yeah.
And Igri, we're seeing these two individuals, kind of one in absolute confusion of this individual, while another is even in fear. How is Igri kind of looking on at this guy?
I mean, just kind of wondering why there's so much smoke.
It's bad for your lungs.
As two people completely in awe of this older gentleman that has a little bit of a twang and a little bit of a je ne sais quoi, or a vibe about him that breeds some kind of fear. You're just worried about his health. Like, his lungs are probably not doing good.
No.
As you guys are talking to him, talking amongst each other, he goes, "Please, I can only wait so long. You would please take a seat." As you look in, there's one of those kind of 70s sitting areas right in the middle of the room. If you're not really familiar, it kind of looks like there's a dip into the floor, and then a conversation pit. There you go. That's I forgot the wording of that, but there's definitely like a place where he's definitely like motioning, like, "Hey, come on."
Yeah, I'll walk over.
And I'm just this close to you. And then probably like grabbing like Igri's hand to like pull him behind me as well.
All right, I'm coming. Slow it down.
As this kind of as like, I want to like take a point. Obviously, there's no music playing in this room, but we can all hear the music, kind of like having a little bit of a theater of the mind kind of situation where this is a very foreboding music. But as this music fades out, I want something else to sort of set the mood. You see a guy in the back, and he is completely different looking. As opposed to this rough and tumble older man, this guy looks the exact opposite. This guy looks like he just walked out of an EDM concert with a big cat helmet and eyes and a smile and a little winky face on the cat head. This guy is wild. He's like, "What's going on, guys? The way that you did that fight, it was amazing. I mean, pow boom, and you, metal arm guy, you put your hand right through the program and tore it all to shreds." As this guy is a ball of energy. You can feel the vibes in this room change, where he is positivity ingrained. What's your interactions kind of seeing both of them for the first time, but seeing Tweak in particular? By the way, unlike the other guy, obviously we see the name here, but this guy's got his name plastered on his jacket. He's got loads of patches, not just including his cybernetics.
Hearing the positivity, I probably peek around Emerald's cake and just like a child, just like peeking around, just looking, but probably.
Whoa, little girl! I didn't see you there. I was distracted by your friend's voluptuous backside.
Well, I mean, I kind of loosened all of those guys up for him. But
give me a history check, real quick.
Yeah.
And you have this with advantage.
Awesome. That's just an 11.
On an 11, you don't recognize these guys at all. I'm not going to give you any more than that. You don't recognize them. These are completely different faces for you.
My name's Cassie.
Yeah, like she
Yeah.
said, she helped loosen them up. All three of us did.
That's
Okay.
great. I mean, look at the turtle guy. I saw that refraction right off your shell. I mean, it was mind blowing. As he is talking and freaking out, and he is loving everything about you guys. It's very obvious that this is a high energy. You see Sheriff Law, this man with a grizzled look. He takes his cigar to his mouth, a new cigar, because even though he had a new cigar before, it seems lung cancer is not a factor for this guy. A brand new cigar that he is cutting and lighting. Please excuse my little brother. If you would please take a seat, both of us will start to explain some things. Tweet kind of goes, "Oh, sorry guys," and he goes to the back and he starts like punching a punching bag, like pawing at it, like. He goes and he starts to sit in the corner as he takes a step down. He puts his arm on the couch that's right there, and as he looks towards you, waiting for you all to sit down.
Yeah, sit down.
I followed, yeah.
Well, just hop.
You hop right down.
Yeah.
You all are sitting on. Let me sort of describe the room for a little bit. So it's not just like as opposed to this little like 70s sitting area. The rest of the room seems a little bit different. If you look towards the side where Tweak is, which is the right side of the room, you're going to see a lot of posters. It seems like there's a lot of like cat toys. There is a lot of energy going on. It seems that at some point he was watching a YouTube video in the back, or in this world, definitely not a YouTube video, probably a something else, a video. He's watching
TikTok
something.
is still there.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's a TikTok. It's that kind of situation. He's into it, and he's pawing at his little punching bag, looking at that, and just like, yeah, all right. I love Logan Paul. Oh my gosh, just like mentioning all these arbitrary TikTokers of one points or Vine or whatever. Maybe this is an alternate where Vine survived, alternate timeline. But on the other side, we see Sheriff Laws, which is very organized, very straight and neat. You see on the wall, he actually just has a large rifle. And under that, it looks like a pistol similar to the one on his hip, but it looks like it's been broken or maybe overused. But he has like a desk made completely out of stainless steel, and his chair is similar material, stainless steel. It doesn't look very comfortable. But it's neat. It's very, very neat. And he puffs on his cigar, almost already halfway done.
Jeez.
So,
Gotta
what
slow
is it?
down.
Excuse me?
Probably should slow down with that thing. Huh? It's clouding up in here.
Eager, stop.
Oh, my bad.
Well, I appreciate your advice, but I smoke about 15 of these a day, and it hasn't stopped me since. But I will put this out for your sake. And he puts the cigar out, places it right on a little ashtray in front made out of glass, and he goes, have you been told why you're here today?
We figured to join your guild community.
I'm not too familiar with this term. Please explain.
Cassie, what were you saying a second ago?
Mr. Law, are you a father?
I'm not. I do not have any children.
Well, I guess you're not a DILF, but you're, I guess, just zaddy? You're an attractive, you're a dreamboat. Not to me, personally. No offense. But,
I'm gonna roll here to see how he takes that. Okay. He goes, well, I appreciate the compliment, little lady. She's a little bit young for my taste.
yeah.
Again, he starts to light, and there's a new cigar after the other one that he's already put out. He's lit a new one right there in front of you guys. I feel like this is going in a very uncomfortable place. So maybe I'll continue the conversation if you would allow me.
I would, but have you heard of this thing called secondhand smoke?
Please explain.
If you could just put down your cigar for just like while we're having this conversation, I think my friend Egri would really appreciate that.
Well, darling, I already. Whoa. I'm sorry. It's just muscle memory at this point.
I
He
get it.
puts down the second cigar. Sometimes I don't even know that I'm lighting them. Anyways.
I'm gonna grab one of the ones he put out and go to eat it.
No, please don't do that. I spent a lot of money on those. As you do that, give me a straight D20 roll.
3.
3. He stops you before you touch them, and he goes, "Wait, please. It was very expensive.
You don't have any for your guests?
It's not something I like to share. Very expensive. Something I try to keep for myself. Now, please, if I would digress, all of you impressed my brother and I. You see the brother go, we've been looking. You know, you were not the only ones that we were recruiting into the new Outlaws. Oh, I should have introduced myself. My name is Sheriff Law, and I am the commander of the new Outlaw Initiative. If you did not
Okay.
know that. Anyways, we were looking for a team, a group that would be able to handle a very important mission because of the expert way that you handled yourselves, the fact that you destroyed the program that my brother Tweak had created. All of you seem to be very capable individuals, if I also may say a little bit unorthodox.
It's our favorite kind of dogs.
I think that's the biggest compliment I've ever received.
He laughs at your joke. He's like, that is a good
Cassie.
humor.
I don't know.
Anyways, I'd like to take a moment for you, of course, accept. I mean, you do not have to, but I don't see any reason why you would not. I'd like to just go ahead and give y'all a moment to ask me any questions you want, because I understand that this is a lot coming at you all at once.
Yeah. Is that a cat over there?
You mean my brother? Yes, my brother has his eclectic tastes, so to speak.
Your brother's. Oh man, I must be seeing things again. I don't know what's going on.
Is it biological?
Biological, of course. There's very few people I would call brother in this world. And the only one that is biological is that one. As he points to his brother in the right. I guess in this stand, he's on his left at this point. Because he's facing you.
Cassie's confused, but definitely does not want to ask any more questions about how that works out.
Yeah, I was thinking of one, and I've been thinking of it since we've been here. How many of these important missions do we need to go on until we meet Brad Knightley?
Good question.
I see that you have. You know what? Give me a persuasion roll with advantage here.
First one's a nat 20.
Nat 20. He goes.
No whammy,
I
no
guess.
whammy.
Now I don't know if this is lucky, but there is a mission that I plan on sending you all, but that is not the mission that I'm actually referring to at this moment. But Brad Knightley is a part of that mission.
Well, I don't need to know anything else about the mission. I'm in.
Well, that sounds good.
Wait,
Any
we
other
should probably find
question?
out we're killing Brad Knightley.
Maybe that could be an option for you if that's what you'd like to choose, but we like to give our outlaws no, of course. Oh, you seem very upset. I apologize.
No,
Let's
I
keep
just
it on
maybe
the
want to.
table for now. Let's hear him
All
out.
right, it's on the table for killing Brad Knightley. I understand.
Just if he says
Anyway.
no, Cassie.
You know what? That's good. Like, if he doesn't want to sign a autograph or take a photo, maybe we should kill him.
Yeah.
Well, we have one on board. I'd like to give you all again the opportunity to speak to me and ask questions about the mission. I assumed you'd all be asking, but you're more interested in pop culture individuals.
Yeah. What's the mission for?
Well, you see, as you may know or may not know, it's very difficult to get star charts of the Star Sea in particular. Of course, here in the Outer Rim, it's damn near impossible, but for in the Star Sea, it's very difficult as well. We were doing some tests on a new ship because we got our hands on a very particularly good star chart, and we didn't want to give it out where it could easily be taken. So we got an experimental ship that we felt could go through the Star Sea fairly easy. The name of the ship is called the Camden. Problem with that is we are no longer in possession of that so-called ship. The individuals that were stealing it for us and then bringing it here, well, they decided that they prefer to keep that ship. We see that they have landed on a remote planet just short of the Star Sea, right here in the Outer Rim space, but we've lost all signal. We have no communication. The only thing we know for sure is the ship has not left the planet. It has been some time. I'll be honest with you. This ship has landed almost 5 years now. We've not been able to find the group of people we think should go. Even though this is a very important ship, we feel like it's better to send a very unique group. Go ahead and give me a insight check, whoever wants to.
13.
11.
14.
So nobody beats a 20.
No.
He is he's very candor in his approach. He seems to be telling you all the truth. It's something that you all would be interested in taking. I would very much enjoy it if you did.
You said they're in the Outer Rim?
Yes, it's a planet about 8 light years away. You know, pop, skip, and a jump.
And then who was on it?
Some thieves we had hired, people separate from the Outlaw initiative, people that we felt were expendable for a very sensitive mission.
So we can kill them.
If you see them, kill them all you wish. We have no reason. We were going to pay them handsomely, but
What are you
no
going to do
reason
with
to
the
pay
ship
now.
when we get it back for you?
Well, on that nat 20, I'm going to say he goes, the ship is meant to invade the Star Sea, so to speak. We need the Outlaws to be able to go in the Star Sea because, of course, our main mission, as always, is to bring down the AI. But we have difficulty sending our own Outlaws there. The Outlaws are a very unique group, and when our ships come in, we stick out like a sore thumb. But we can't just send any standard piece of garbage out into space to invade this area. They would blow up real quick. We need a good ship to go in that area, but we also need one that doesn't just immediately go on their radars. So we felt this ship in particular would be a right choice for us. Basically, it has a very unique radio signal that's given out. The radio signal is actually a radio broadcast that we have for the Outlaws. This broadcast, when it has a signal within the star seed, it will shoot out, and this signal will hit random radios and random pals all over the star system. That would block any sort of signal that your ship is giving off. So it'd be very difficult to find you in Starseed. Not impossible, but very difficult.
Sounds like a tough task then. I feel like if we get the ship back for you, maybe we get to fly it around.
That's not off the table. Consider this a bit of an audition to see your capabilities outside of just combat.
And if we kill them all, I think we get backstage passes to see Brad Knightley.
I was just about to ask how he's involved. Is he going to be on it with us?
That's not something that I would be able to do for you all. I'm sorry. But Brad Knightley is no longer affiliated with our organization.
Does that strike me as weird, or would I just know that?
It would strike you as weird. He is known for being the face of the Outlaws, at least where you're from.
He's no longer. I mean, I know he moved to television. Greg or Emerald, he has a face for television.
Yeah.
Brad Knightley does. That's.
Brad Knightley, like many Outlaws, was swayed by the, let's call it,
Network overlords.
treats. The network overlords. That's a great way of saying it, but I was saying more so the pleasures that they give, the little sweet treats that they offer. Brad Knightley, being a very important outlaw at the time, is no longer with us because he is of weak character and even weaker mind.
DM, would I know what he means by sweet treats, or am I just kind of used to the AI being kind of assholes to me and just like making me do whatever?
You know what? Now, are you asking this because you're not sure if your character would understand the sweet treat kind of analogy, or I guess more of a analogy?
Well, I understand how like the AI operates with like giving people carnal desires or whatever to docile them.
You've been free from the AI control for a little while now. It's common knowledge. Yeah, it's common knowledge of the history that the AI had.
Okay.
So I would say that you understand that at one point the AI was this very diminutive and violent entity, but after the reformat, when the three identities split from Eve, that they go about their subjugation in a more manipulative way, offering carnal pleasures. So you'd probably understand that, yeah.
Okay. I'm just looking at Cassie to see her kind of reaction to this.
She's
I will say that Cassie has already accepted the mission. The man with the cigar and the eye patch is sort of still looking towards Egri and Emerald to see if you accept the mission. He's obviously offering you guys any opportunity to ask questions, but this is his way of, it's like he's offering you a job and waiting for you to take it. This is an interview, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And he's already seen your hand. Well, now we just have our little turtle friend, the one with the strong back, so to speak.
Stand up. Well, I guess if my friends are going, I might as well do something useful.
Friends? After such a short amount of time, I didn't know y'all were on such a close level, but I like to see that. If all of you accept and have no more questions, go out towards the same place you came. You'll meet a man with a big twirling mustache, gray mustache. He might be able to help y'all.
Help us with what?
Help you get to your location you need to go.
Okay.
Now, if there's no other questions, please leave me to my smoke and my brother.
Do you think we could have one cigar for the road?
No.
I'm gonna turn around and go.
Give me a perception check. Now I'm going to say this is, before you even do it, this is a very high DC. It's going to be a 20.
Just Emerald or
Just Emerald, because he was the first to turn around.
15.
15. You don't notice, on a 15, you're not necessarily noticing the more details, but you notice a little circle about the size of a quarter. That's not. About the size of a quarter at the top, right where the elevator meets the wall. So other than that, you see nothing else.
It's a hole, you said? Or it's a...
It's not a hole. It's kind of like, just think of it like, here, I'll take the circle of my watch. It's kind of like this, but black and a little bit smaller.
Just being like an AI test facility for so long, would it strike me as a camera?
If that's what it strikes you as, but I'm not going to give any more information other than your own instinct.
As I start walking, I'm gonna turn around. Bye, Tweak. You're a cool guy. I like you.
He turns around. He's like, "Bah, Silverhand guy! That was crazy. He said hi to me, brother." I know, it's okay. This is crazy. I love them. They're my new best friends. You've only met them just once, brother. And he's
So, DM,
crazy
while they're
and-
talking, can I try to steal a cigar real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
wait. Can
This
I
is
do
going to
it
be
for
a
you?
disadvantage.
With the distraction?
It's still going to be a disadvantage.
All right.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand. Bad start. 10.
10. As you go to grab it, you see a bullet fly right at your feet and go, psh, he looks at you and goes, "I think I made it very clear not to touch my cigars."
Yeah, you did.
You know what? On a little bit of, I'm going to allow Cassie Brown to try this. Because
Yes!
she's a rogue. 2, there was a distraction. And I feel that you guys have asked some really good questions coming up. Obviously, maybe not the roles were revealing enough, but I feel like you guys have done that. So why don't you go ahead and roll the same, but you're also going to be rolling at disadvantage.
We'll see.
Ride or die. I love it. Just as bad.
That's a nat 1.
No,
But wait. I have lucky, so when I roll in a 1, I can.
Oh, there you go. True. Yeah, please re-roll that.
We do it again. Okay, that's a 7.
Okay, and is that the lowest of the 2 numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, so on a 7, you see as you're trying to reach for the cigar as well, you see Tweak staring right at your face and going, "Hey, what you doing?"
I'm just trying to get a gift for my new friend.
"Oh, what are you trying to get?"
He really wanted a cigar, but I don't really. I mean, I wanted to give it to him so he could smoke it while we're on the way to our thing.
"No."
Okay.
"Okay, I'm glad we had this conversation. You're so sweet. I like you.
Thank you.
Bye."
Wait, can we take a photo together?
"Oh my gosh, this!" And he starts to like adjust himself, and he's just like, he does like a big, he like puts his hat on, and he's doing one of those little like Japanese heart thingies, and he's just like, and
And
he
I-
takes a picture with you. "Oh, I'm gonna show all my friends. I gotta start with your 2. I'm gonna show these guys the friend." He goes right up. He's gonna show you the picture he just took, but the brother obviously saw. But that you all saw the picture, you all saw the post. He wants to show his new friends Igri and Emerald right there. He's like, you see, we were right there, and then we took the picture, and it was like snap, and then I did a little, you see, the little heart thing. And he's looking right at Igri, and he's looking right at Emerald as he says this stuff.
I'm trying to like do it too, but can't.
Your metal hand unable to kind of like
Yeah.
articulate that kind
Igri's
of.
probably not even paying attention. He's probably got like just looking around at everything.
He's still trying to get up and leaving.
Wait, you're looking around?
Yeah, just looking around.
You notice the same symbol, the little white, is in multiple areas around. It's not just the above. It seems that there's a couple in 2 corners. There's another one on the side. It seems that these are around everywhere. Not necessarily hidden, but they're discreet. They were definitely all around the room. But on that, I'm going to say that they kind of go off on their own little devices. They're not necessarily wanting to talk to you anymore. They have no more business with you at this point.
Okay, I think we just head back towards the elevator then.
Feel free. And which button do you press again?
Not the middle one.
Not the middle
Ground
one. So the
floor,
bottom
ground
one?
floor.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. The one that said don't press, you're like, let's press that one again. You know, trying to get y'all to learn a lesson here.
Temptation.
And temptation was there. So you guys press it, it brings down. Again, very similar music kind of comes through, brings y'all down. And then right at the front, you see a man with a big twirly mustache. He's like, how'd it go? Well, how'd it go? You guys know this was if you don't remember him, this is the guy that he was the person you met when you first landed on the planet.
I thought we were late, right?
Yeah, they said you were late.
It went okay. I think
Well,
we're
good.
official Outlaws now. We're getting mission.
Well, God darn, that's crazy. Went from being a little bit late, now you're an outlaw official. That's great.
We weren't late. We were right.
Oh, that's
on time.
right. You were right on time. Little lady, I am just, all right, let's go. Come on. As he starts, he kind of takes a step back, and you can see he's a little bit leering towards Emerald's backside. He's like, well, gosh darn it, I swear to God, making them thicker than oatmeal this day. So he's just like walking away as he notes. He's like, so, Igri, Emerald, Cassie Brown. That's y'all, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Let's go. We've got a ship right here for you that all of y'all can go. As you guys are going, you're passing a new star field or a new ship field. Unlike before, where there was you saw some famous ships in the before, but it was mostly dead. This seems to be a very well stocked shipyard, so to speak. You start to take note of these amazing ships. One made of pure silver with diamonds overlaid into the ship. It seems like these large diamonds about the size of somebody's head. You see another ship, and it is completely black. So black, it's almost like you've never seen a darker shade of black ever. Maybe it's one of those special shades. But it's small, very compact, almost in the size of a Rubik's Cube. Very, very tiny, definitely a very particular species is going to go into this ship. Everywhere you see ships of different sizes and shapes of different colors, all amazing and wonderful. And you guys come across another ship. Ship is bright yellow with 2 turbines on the back and is similar in shape to a school bus. This thing is, give me a perception check, all of you. DC 5.
We'll
1.
see.
That
I got a
one.
nat 1.
Nat 1. Agree.
Perception. 24.
No.
24? On a 24, you look at this
You gotta
yellow
take
thing
your
and you
time.
go, what a piece of shit. This is some standard bullshit. But our friends Emerald and Cassie, I'm just saying, there is all these amazing ships, and you got your own very amazing ship as well. This is top of the line. But Angry, only ever seeing one starship in his life before, knows exactly what the fuck is this? You all see this young. He's like, well, this is a standard basic that the Galactic Federation would say that this is up to par to their standards. So here you go. And he throws you a little key, but it's in the shape of similar as your PAL, but it's a little bit larger. And it definitely, you could, the moment, who grabs this? Who catches it out of the sky as he throws it?
I think Emerald.
Okay, Emerald, you lift your hand, grab it. The moment you got it, it kind of connects to your digital signal, and you see it kind of connect to you. And it's like, oh, and he's like, well, that means you're flying.
Well, slap my ass and call me Miss Frizzle. This is our magic school bus.
Well, gosh darn, I like the way that you work. All right. He kind of walks off and he goes, the coordinates should be right in the shit. We swooped it up a little bit. It does have some. It's a little bit better than the standard. It does have some hyperspace capability, but it's not good. It's a piece of shit. It'll probably get you there, and then if it does get you back, that's lucky. That's all we could afford right now because we can't give you these ships. These ships are owned.
Does this one
Other
play
people
music?
have it. Does it play music?
Like-
If
like
it's
a
standard, no, it doesn't play music.
Oh.
Your PAL might play music. You can play music on your PAL.
I can play music on my PAL?
Well, gosh darn. He goes up and he's like, oh, looks like you don't have a subscription to a music playlist. You should probably get that. So, most people have it nowadays. Or maybe get a playlist on there. You could do that.
It's fine, Emerald. Unless my parents kicked me off of it, I still have them.
Seems like it's working just fine, even though it works just fine on Cassie Brown's.
That's gonna be like the saddest realization 6 sessions in when they finally take you off the family credit card.
Kick me off the Netflix.
Yeah, all of a sudden it stops working.
You see the twirly mustache man walks away, and he's just like with his overalls that are a little bit too big on him. He's like, well, time to get to work. I got some ships to repair. If you ever come back here with something more than this standard piece of shit, maybe we can get something special for y'all. Y'all have a good one. And he starts to walk off. My headphones I'm hitting as I'm talking in this country ass accent.
Did anyone else notice he said the word if a lot? I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was not great.
Yeah. A lot of confidence in this guy.
But hey, maybe it's like a Brad situation where he just decided to leave.
Well-
Not for any wrongdoing, though. He probably just.
You know
Got a little
what? They
busy.
probably didn't share any of their cigars with Brad either. I would probably leave.
Yeah, maybe he was just too loyal to his fans. He didn't get enough.
Give me, you know what, on that. Give me a history check. Emerald standard, Cassie with advantage.
History. 5.
5.
18.
On an 18, you note that in the past, the Outlaws there was a bit of a notoriety that there was no commander at the time during the first AI war, that the Outlaws were known to be a group that was able to form based on mutual respect as well as a mutual mission. But they all kind of went their own ways. The Outlaws was less of a formed group and more of a group of. It was a resource. People came here because to share information, to talk to each other. But it was less of like, oh, we're the Outlaws, and more so it was like, hey, we all have a similar goal. Let's all work together. And then they were named the
Was there a
Outlaws.
commander when I was still with the AI?
No, there was not.
Okay.
Cassie realizes that something's up, but she does not tell anyone. And being like, yeah, he probably just didn't share his cigars with them. Because he
Is
deserves
she
them.
like a Justin Bieber fan in denial? Is she like twitchy and agitated in how she's saying this? I want to do an insight check on her.
All right, you know what? Give me an insight check. And Cassie, you go ahead and roll me a deception check on this. And then I will tell you if you're successful or not, and then you tell me however you want to, whatever you want to tell me.
16 for me.
16.
21.
Ooh.
21. You can tell him whatever you want, but you can just, if you want to tell him the truth, but don't tell him if it's the truth or not. If you want to tell him a lie, tell him the lie, because you are being deceptive at the point and you were successful.
Yeah, so it was just a really weird time for Outlaws when he was there. So I really think it has something to do with maybe him not getting his fair share of like attention or maybe rewards. He's kind of a tortured soul, you know. They just give him a lot of things.
They could have been jealous too.
They could have been, and so that's why the Nighters, that's what we call our fan base. We try to make that fair for him.
The Nighters. Got it.
Added.
I'm going to forget that. Not a great one.
Oh, don't worry, I won't.
I want to see, Delaney, I want you to come in a shirt next week that says Nighters.
It's going to be written
Yeah.
with my left hand, with
Yeah.
my non-dominant.
All right. So as you guys are kind of coming upon this, I assume you all kind of take a step onto the ship, correct?
Yeah.
As you do, immediately there is not necessarily any flight. It seems that there's a similar to a Tesla or anything. There is an automated drive, so to speak. So the moment you step on, it's ready to go. So you see your kind of little keypad light up, ready to go. All you have to do is tell it where to go, and pre-programmed into your little palm is mission location right at the top.
Oh, okay. I just take that info and put it in.
The moment you press it, boop, the ship starts to take off. All of you not sitting in seats start to stumble, and you're like, oh shit. Ah! And as you kind of like line into the bus seats, because on the inside as well as the outside, it looks exactly like a school bus. So you guys are lined up there. Maybe some of you sit in the front, maybe some of you sit in the back, maybe you're separated. But we're going to have a little bit of downtime for y'all to have a conversation, get to know each other as characters. As we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do something.
I'm going to help Igri buckle up. You're always supposed to help others before you help yourself. That's what you're supposed to do in ships.
Igri, would you like to hear, count by count, the entirety of the Brad Knightley experience? We watched it about 15 times.
Sure. You know what? You go right ahead. I'll be listening. I'm just gonna rest my eyes.
Okay, so it opens up on a black sky. Stars littered everywhere. I just keep on talking unless someone's talking. She does not notice.
For the first time, you see Emerald's expression just go blank, and he's started a shutdown sequence.
and he's seen in this battle, and he's just shooting all of them, and he's just going pew 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 under people, and he's basically ducking and diving. And his ship
as Cassie Brown explains this entire documentary, a 3-hour-long trip throughout the entirety of the galaxy, spanning through hyperspace, taking you to your destination. She just finishes up right as your location goes. A 3-hour-long conversation.
Where everyone is asleep except for me.
I still have an hour to sleep.
Yeah, he still has an hour. He cannot wake up.
No, you shut down.
Yeah.
Who's driving this bus?
And Igri on a long rest also. You can go ahead and give yourself a long rest. However, Cassie Brown does not get a long rest because she's been chatting about. She's been doing her thing.
Did we get a long rest from when we first battled?
No, you did not, because you were watching a movie. Brad Knightley screwing you guys over left and right.
I feel pretty
longer.
restful if I spend the whole weekend Netflix binging. I mean, I'm just saying.
As you guys come out,
At least a short rest.
the ship lands fairly easily. Despite being standard, it's not as crappy as what it seems to be. It lands real gently as you guys look out, and you see a very grassy plain. But very easily in the distance, you see what looks to be a town, and then farther off, there seems to be some kind of mountain ranges. But other than that, those are the two most important areas. But it seems that this ship is taking you as close as it can. It knows that this is the planet that your mission is supposed to be on, but not necessarily what you're supposed to do or where. You are more than welcome to give me investigation, perception, nature check, try to get some information more on where you might want to go.
I'm just passed out still.
Yeah. So this is up to Cassie, Brown, and Igri because Emerald is unable to wake up. Oh, this is actually something we should go ahead and say special to Emerald's character. He is a special race that is designed for this game. He has a sleeping function called Shutdown, where he has to sleep for only 4 hours and he gets a full rest, everything's good, but during that rest, he cannot wake up. So this isn't like a regular D&D with like a trance that they can wake up suddenly. Emerald is unable to function until that 4 hours is up.
Probably should have explained that to my team before I did that. They have no idea what's going on with me.
I know I'm probably pushing you, and I'm like, Emerald.
Yeah, we can see Cassie just smacking you like, get the up, come on!
That was a great story.
Yes. And then when you're actually awake, I can go over it again.
I can hear everything.
he knew.
I'll repeat it later. On the way back.
So looking back, we see that Emerald is unable to function at this point. We have Cassie and Igri able to like do some stuff, able to look out in the mountain ranges. Again, you're landed on a very simple grassy plain. There's not a lot around other than you see a town to the, I believe the east, and then a mountain range to the west. Regardless, left and right, one's to the left, one's to the right. Very simple go. But if we roll some checks, we might be able to find some other things out. So feel free to tell me, one, what checks you want to roll, and two, how you're kind of investigating the world around you.
First, I'll just make a perception check, just kind of look around, see if I notice anything, which way the wind's blowing, or if the grass seems real.
Give me a vague perception roll, kind of like something around the area.
13.
13. On a 13, you're not going to notice much. You definitely could tell the wind is blowing north. Very simple. It's not like a hurricane or anything. It seems that there's pretty good weather going on. Looking at this area, it's very there's a lot of life going on here. As somebody who has a druid background, is able to shapeshift, you can tell that there's a lot of natural life in these grounds. It's not like the Outlaw star, the Black Star that you saw, where technology's written around, and it's not that it's been decimated and nature's not there. It's just that this place is very nature filled. It's not like your planet, but that there's a life here as opposed to some other places.
I would love to do an investigation check on the town to see
Yes.
if it seems populated.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll. I will say you're going to do this at disadvantage because we are pretty far away from it.
Okay. 16.
16. On a 16, you're sort of able to tell footprints. They look like small clawed but humanoid footprints leading into the town. There's a very simple walkway made out of dirt and sand that leads right into the town, maybe about a mile off. So you're able to see it, but you're going to have to walk in like kind of this grassy plain before you reach that small little walkway that leads straight to the town. A little bit of a yellow brick road kind of situation that it leads straight there, but it winds around in a different direction as well.
Do I see any evidence of like a ship landing? Or like...
Sure. You know what? Give me a nature roll for this.
Okay.
Something specific.
Where's my nature? 16 again.
On a 16, you're able to see traces in the sky of it's like dilithium space clouds. These are clouds that sort of come within the atmosphere because dilithium crystals are a very hostile and they kind of kill the environment to some degree, but they're not so much as like radioactive or anything like that. But they do leave some traces in the sky when they come into orbit or even into the atmosphere, or more so the atmosphere than the orbit, but into the atmosphere, turning some of the clouds sort of reddish, a pale, more of a pink, more of like a dull red.
Well, Igri, I don't know about you, but maybe once Emerald wakes up, we can go into town. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but like, I guess if people land, they're gonna have to go, into town to see people to get things.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
I mean, I don't know much about mountains. They don't really have mountains for where I'm from.
Yeah.
That's true. No mountains where you're from.
My home is full of a lot similar, but a lot more of what's going on here. So I'm kind of more comfortable in this area than I was back on that other planet. So,
Do you have a preference of town or mountains?
we can surely walk into town. I'm sure, as long it doesn't. See how if the locals are friendly before we. And maybe they can give us some, if they are, some information on a better direction for what we're looking for.
Yeah, maybe.
So, conversation that you guys are having, it seems to be pointing that you guys want to go more closer to the town than the mountain range, correct? Right. So, Emerald, you obviously 9 hours passed in this conversation. You're still aboard the ship, but we will say, I'll give you guys an opportunity. You guys can wait here and wait for him to boot up. Obviously, you don't know, but like as any person might, if somebody's asleep and they need him around, of course you can wait for him to wake up. But if you want to leave Emerald behind, feel free to leave him behind.
I know Emerald was the one, that killed all that, the system. But I mean, we did loosen them up for him. So I mean, if we wanted to go, we can just leave him a little note, or we can stay and wait for him if you feel safer with him around.
I'm comfortable either way. It's whether or not, because it seems like you kind of have an attachment when you get scared to just hide, and I'm not big enough to hide.
Well, I mean, his cape does provide a lot of cover. I'm not gonna lie there, but I mean, I can hide other places, not him.
Why doesn't everybody give me a perception roll? Not Emerald, but Igri and Cassie. DC 12.
We got 11.
7, 11. Well, unfortunately, even though you guys hit my favorite gas station, it doesn't. Unfortunately, you don't seem to get something, but you are able to sort of smell something on the air. It smells like fresh baked cookies.
Igri, I don't think I can wait. Do you smell that?
Yeah.
Do you have cookies from where you're from?
No, you would not have cookies where you're from.
Do we have what?
We have to go now. And I try to find some sort of paper or a way to leave a message that says "gone to town."
Sure. Well, easily, you could go right up on him and just send him a text message from your pal.
I'll do that. I'll be GON, the number 2, and then town.
Got it. As this preteen message shoots off, Emerald's still asleep. You see a little red bing, and it flashes on him as a message has come up for him to click on, but he is not yet because of sleep. You all,
like when you put your phone out of airplane mode on a flight, you're gonna have like everything
Exactly.
blinging all at once.
as you guys sort of head in this direction, as you go off, you start to see a little bit as the town comes into closer into your eyesight and the distance starts to fade, you start to notice that the town is much smaller than you realize. There's definitely some larger buildings. Seems to be a windmill, definitely seems to be some larger buildings, like some maybe town hall kind of situation. But all in all, most of the houses are very tiny, and it seems that the gates around it seem to be the tallest structure in this town, all made out of tree trunks, which may be a big reason why there's not a lot of trees in your general area. It seems like maybe they've been chopped down to make homes here, as well as this large perimeter around.
It's a shame that they cut all the trees down. Those things. What's wrong with people these days?
I don't think I've ever seen a tree in person. It would have been really nice to see them, but I mean, people have to live somewhere, right?
But they're not living. They're not living in the tree. They're using it just to build a wall. I'm not big on walls.
As you guys approach this huge wall, it is made out of trees, and you guys look down. As you guys look up, you see a small greenish humanoid with big pointed ears looking down and going, "Ah!" waving at you. Tell me, what languages do all of you speak? Let's start with Igri. What languages do you speak?
Common, Druidic, Goblin, Orc, and Sylvan.
Okay, Cassie Brown.
Just common, halfling, and then thieves' can.
Well, Cassie's not able to really understand. We see that Igri's sort of able to kind of put some words together, and it's like, "Hi, what are you doing here?"
We just come to ask for some help.
You guys look weird. Why are you not green?
I am green.
Oh yeah, you are green. Sorry, I'm not wearing. I don't. Hold on 1 second. And you hear a little chatter come down as the gate sort of opens, and it's just this little goblin guy. Is probably almost the same height, if not a little bit taller than Igri. And he's like, "Hey, whoa, I like you're green. I didn't see it up there. It's really tall up there. I don't see a lot of stuff up there. What can I do for you?"
Where's your shell at? You look like.
Where's my shell?
Yeah, it's.
Well, I don't bring my shell. That's what I eat soup with.
Okay, I can't understand any of this, so I'm like.
Yeah, that's.
No, you see Cassie Brown just kind of dawdling about as like this little turtle and this goblin are having a conversation.
He's got it handled.
Can I help you? What are you?
I'm a turtle, you know.
Turtle.
You know, with my shell.
I'm not familiar with that. Do you have friends? Do you have a family? Do you have people around here that
I got this friend right here.
That person looks very different from you. That person is not family. If not, you have a weird sort of family unit going on.
You know, it depends on how you look at family, but not biologically, but you know.
Oh, not biologically. I don't know what that word means.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I had a family.
Are you hungry?
Always.
I'm starving. Come on, let's go. He starts to walk in. He's like, you coming?
I'll turn around and tell her, hey, in common, they're goblins. We can go. Come on.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah, we're good. We got this. Let's just go on in.
I will say, Cassie Brown, you've probably never seen a goblin. Igri might have, but you've never seen a goblin. Mostly, everybody in your area is humanoid and probably straight up human. There's not even tieflings around. There's not elvish. It's human only in where you live. You've probably never seen another race ever than this.
Igri, not really sure what a goblin is, but if you say that he's nice, I'll follow you.
That's a goblin.
Yeah, cool. I always love learning new things.
He pulls himself. He's like, "I'm a goblin," as you don't understand him. He's like, "I got the brother."
Is he saying to hurry up?
He says he's a goblin, but he's got food for us if you want to eat. Come on.
Oh, I'm starving.
Goodbye, food about and fine. And he notes for all of you. Obviously, Cassie, not understanding, eager. He's like, "Come on, guys, let's get food." And he's walking. There's as you kind of go in, you see a lot of small hut areas. These are less huts, more like these goblins seem to be pretty good builders. These homes are very well put up. While they are definitely cabin-like in a lot of area, it's definitely like well-made cabins. You're not seeing it's not like what you would typically see goblins in fantasy, where it's like huts. It's very well made. These seem to be dignified people, if anything, or at least civilized.
These goblins, they seem a little bit more advanced than the goblins from my planet.
I love fancy.
He's walking around. He's like, "Well, if you go over there, that's town hall. Town hall's where you're gonna get lots of stuff and lots of cool things happening. That's where we, kind of get. If you go over there, that's the windmill, and if you go right there, that's my house, and then that is Jimmy's house, and that's Olive's house." And then he starts to note every person that he knows' house. He's like, "That's Scott's house, and that's Jimmy Bob's house. That's Jimmy's house. We have 2 Jimmys in town. Very weird situation. There's only 60 of us. You'd think they would be able to come up with names. We have 2 Jimmys." Anyways, he keeps going on. He looks at you guys. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are hungry. Let me just take you all inside and get you some food." Brings up, at this point in hours past, we see Emerald waking up. He, as this goblin brings you into his home, we see Emerald alone on a ship. Emerald, seeing your friend's gone, you see a little ding, a little flashing light as notifications start popping up in front of your eyes, and you go bloop, 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 and you see a little text from Cassie Brown, "Gone to town." I believe that's what you said, "gone to town," but it's a very preteen way of putting it.
Before I even start looking at anything, I just say, "Cookies are done."
Oh yeah. As a little tray pops out of your stomach, some cookies are right there ready for you guys to eat, fresh and baked and ready to go.
Made 2 of them.
There's fresh baked cookies ready for anybody to eat, but looking around, what is it that no one's around? He was ready to serve you guys. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get it. Looking around, obviously I described it before. You were here listening to it all. You can obviously go towards the town, but what does your instinct say that Emerald would choose?
It's a shame to let these go to waste. I'm going to eat one of my cookies.
As you eat the cookie, your heart, you feel like your little bit metal teeth crunch down as you start to swallow it. Your body is rejecting it in a lot of regards, and you start to eat the cookie, and it's like you start to choke on it a little bit, and immediately you see a barcode go over your head going, "Substance not available." You're not able to digest food, it seems.
That's the saddest thing. Oh.
And again, with no taste, I always have an opinion over it. So I'm like, I could have used a little more salt.
Yeah, easily could have used more salt, but with no taste buds, no ability to eat, and kind of no ability to really sleep, begs the question, are you human or are you not? Because you look human despite your cybernetics. On that regard, move on to, you see a little goblin kind of pilfering around in your ship, grabbing stuff and seems like he's trying to steal some things.
Hey, friend, do you want a cookie?
Do you understand? What are the languages that you understand?
Common and binary.
You see this goblin just freaking out as he sees a man with a large silver arm made out of steel and blades approach him that he did not seem to notice before. Just like,
I'm gonna squat like ass to grass and just give a cookie towards him. I'm gonna take another bite of mine as
he takes it again. Barcode. Do you try to swallow it, or are you just biting it?
I just chew.
Okay, as you bite and chew, nothing seems to happen. You're okay. He takes the cookie, he smells it, he goes, he takes a bite and he's like, huh?
He now has +2 temporary hit points.
That's very.
I'm about to ask this goblin if he has cookies. Oh.
And after this one, it'll be +5 because now I've attuned to my apron.
How many temporary hit points does he have now at this?
Right now, just my proficiency modifier, so it's +2.
+2 temporary hit points. He has +2 temporary hit points, but he doesn't seem to notice that it revitalizes him to some sense. But it's more just like when you bite into a really good cookie that just kind of like swells up. The only thing that he seems to be missing is a glass of milk, and he looks. He's like, "Oh my God!" And he goes to grab your hand, and he cuts himself on. He's like, "Oh, the goblin!" You know.
I'll kind of like wipe off the blood a little bit off from my other hand.
And he goes, and he grabs your hand and he goes, oh. And he starts to pull you off the bus.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up and put him on my shoulder if he lets me.
He's trying to resist. He doesn't seem to want to be on your shoulder. Do you force him or not?
I'm gonna give him the second half of my cookie that I haven't finished yet, and I'm just gonna continue to keep him up there.
As you give him the other half, he kind of just eats it. He's like, and he gets right up on. He's like, I don't know. And he kind of settles on your shoulders. He eats another cookie, and he's just kind of like, he wants more.
No more.
And he's throwing a fit on your shoulder as he pulls your hair, and he's like,
I'm gonna bap him in the nose like a bad bratty child.
He starts to walk. You start to walk away, and he points up. He points to and he's pointing towards the town.
Circle to see like where he's pointing at.
You see a town. Seems to be smoke coming up in front of you. As you see to the other side, there's some mountains, and he goes, and he goes, and he's pointing down to the ground. It seems he wants down, but he could be wanting anything.
Fair. I would interpret it as down then, so I'll put him down.
He goes in and he draws two lines. One is a huge arrow, and the other one is another huge arrow. He's not a good artist. This would be easy, but it seems the line is squiggly as it goes out. He's like, and he's trying to give you some type of signal to show you that there's a place you should go and should not. Give me a perception check.
15.
On a 15, he seems to be telling you that the town is safe,
Okay.
but the mountain is dangerous. For what reason, you don't know.
Okay. Between him wanting me to go to town and Cassie texting me, not really understanding half of it, but just seeing the word town in there, I think that's where I'd want to go. So I'll kind of like nod in understanding.
As you all head to town, the other two there, we're going to cut over to them. But I would like to go ahead and note, good choice, guys. You did not go into a little bit of trap there I was laying for you. I tried to give you some place that was boring that I thought you guys might go. But you guys go into this town.
If it said do not enter, I would be there.
Yeah.
I should have put a big do not enter sign right there. As you, hey, maybe that'll be something later on. We'll see. As you guys come through, you see this little goblin. He's making soup for you guys. And he gives you little shells. They don't seem to be turtle shells, though. They seem to be some kind of creature that you're not familiar with. Maybe a local kind of creature that they hunt. It seems to be similar to a turtle shell, but there's spikes on the end of it where you can like hold handles on it. And but looking at it, it's very obviously not a turtle shell. Just has similar traits to it. He pours some soup into both of your bowls, and he looks at Igri, and he's like, are you is she like a pet? Is she like, what? It's a she, right? It's a she. I assumed.
think so, but she's not a pet.
Not a pet. Okay. She's a friend.
Do you have cookies?
That's a very good mating call that she has there. Is that what that is? Is that a mating call? Is she in season? Is that what's going on? A season?
She's wanting cookies, whatever that is.
Cookies? I don't know what cookies are. You gotta explain that to me.
I'll turn to it. He doesn't know what that is.
It's a baked good. I smelled them on the way over. I smelled them on the ship.
Oh, smell them. I don't. That's not something that we cook here. I had soup. We have lots of soup. If you want crackers, we could make some crackers. It will take 6 months, though. It'll take us a long time. We eat a lot of soup. We kill a lot of animals. So we have meat. So if you look in the soup, there's some meat in there, and there's some veggies. You could totally take that. But no, I don't. What is it? Is it like a lunch thing? Is it a dinner thing? Is it an he's talking to Cassie Brown this entire time over your head, nothing going on.
So is that a yes, you have cookies?
As he's talked for about 5 minutes.
He said just to eat the soup.
Oh, maybe cookies are for dessert.
Yeah.
A little treat.
She's so cute. I would just want to pet her. She's so silly.
Better be careful.
They're just adorable. Anyway, so what brings you to our little town? Are you on the other side? How far away have you come?
Well, there's these people here that stole a ship, and we're trying to find the ship.
A ship, like a boat?
Yeah, sure. No,
Not like a boat.
One that comes from outer space. Like what?
You pointed up from the sky?
Yeah, the flying kind.
You're one of them. Oh my god, no! As he starts to run and starts to scamper, and he goes to try to grab a knife off of the table. Seems to be a sharpened knife that he's crafted.
Avery, what did you say?
We're not one of.
You get back!
I think he thinks we're robots. I think he thinks we're the AI, so.
You've killed lots of people, and I'm not gonna let you kill me!
Listen. I'm not here to kill anybody that
How do I know that? That could be a lie.
Well, I mean, I'm only here because my home got destroyed too.
Give me a persuasion check here.
Persuasion. That's a 6.
On a 6, he goes, "You're trying to eat me! I know you saw the soup, and now I am not going to be putting my own soup. I feel like you're going to eat me, aren't you? You look like a predator. Are you a predator?"
I'm smaller than you are. Why would I be a predator?
That's right. I could totally take you in a fight. I could definitely take you in a fight. He gets closer with his knife, and his knife. Whoa! Oh, I don't know what that is. And he goes to try to attack you.
Which one?
What do you do?
Who? Which one of us?
He goes to attack Cassie Brown, pointing a gun at him.
If I'm in front of her, I would try to stick my stick out and just trip him.
As you go in, give me a your choice, athletics or acrobatics check.
Both terrible.
Both terrible.
It's a 15 for acrobatics.
15, you trip him up, his knife falls to the floor. He's like, please, don't hurt me, I'm sorry.
She was just threatened because you had a knife. As you can see, all I have is a stick.
Well, get your pet off me.
Not a pet? I told you she's not a pet.
Well, I'm sorry, she doesn't speak English. It's crazy that she doesn't speak that.
I mean, they have their own language.
Give me an insight check.
Insight check. 24.
You notice that he said English. He doesn't seem to know what his own species is. He doesn't seem to know he's speaking Goblin, which on a 24, that points you into two different directions. One, it could be that he's never known any other species, so why would he even think of it as Goblin? Or the same way if like somebody who spoke English came to somebody who spoke Japanese, they'd be like, and they'd never met, they wouldn't know. There wouldn't be any sort of like resignation. They're like, oh, I'm speaking English, you're speaking Japanese. That could be one thing. Or it could be that he doesn't know that he's a goblin at all. However, whatever instinct takes you, go ahead.
Well, that's a weird way to put it, but yeah, they have their own language. I can speak a couple. It's
They? What are they? Who are they? What's going on? You're from the sky. I know that.
well,
The sky people here, they killed a lot of us.
technically, if from the planet I'm on, you would be from the sky. There.
A planet? What's a planet? I don't even understand.
So you don't even know what you are.
What do you mean what I am? I'm a goblin.
Okay, so you know your race. Well, that's good.
Are you guys gonna hurt me?
No, we were gonna eat some soup, and she wanted some cookies. That's all.
You promise you're just gonna eat soup?
Do I look like I eat people? I'm little bitty.
Let me see your teeth. You show teeth, and they are almost gummed, lying down, showing that you do not have any canines. Good point that you can speak Goblin, but Cassie Brown cannot because she has canines being humanoid. So he goes, "Okay, you're not a predator. Please sit down. Let's finish some soup."
To be
We
honest,
cut off.
I don't even really eat meat. I'll just drink the soup part, I guess.
We cut back on over to Emerald with a little goblin pulling his hair, and he's just like, what's up with that? He's pointing around different places, giving you a very similar introduction as before.
That's cool.
This sim talk is kind of, you're not able to understand. But you know what? No. I was going to give you something, but I feel like it's too much. As you look at the place around you, you see a large building that definitely is a windmill. I mean, this is common knowledge what a windmill is. I mean, that's not something even if you were like you've seen what that is, and you know what these species are. You know what goblins are.
Mm-hmm. Have I killed any?
And you've probably killed a few. Yes.
Okay.
Goblin is a very common race among many planets. As you see, everybody kind of starts to look at you, and they see your silver arm, and they go to try to touch it, and they're like, "Oh!" And all these goblins seem very interested in you.
So I have like a flock of goblins coming to me.
Yeah, there's about 10, 15 goblins kind of going like, "Oh." And none of them are able to speak. They're just like, "Ada, bagawa," as they start to smell the cookie smell still on you.
I go to give each one of them individually their own special high five. One I'm dabbing up. One we're like backhanding each other. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect, right?
All of them.
Don't know.
I feel so cool and also so nerdy doing that just now. Anyways, I feel like that's not who I
I want
am.
to see 15 individual handshakes.
There we go. Some daps going on. Seems like these guys have TikTok as well. Anyways, little woe is being pulled off. Emerald, seeming to make a group of friends here. They seem to enjoy what's going on, but don't seem afraid of you like they seem to be of Igri and Cassidy Brown, which begs the question. Were the people here humans at all? Because, they knew they came from the sky, but Cassie's human, and you have humanoid features, and they weren't scared of you. Obviously, this is something you don't know, but it's something for the audience to think about.
I think it's
Well,
probably
all
a
of
new
you guys
feeling
to
for
think
Emerald
about.
too. He's probably used to a lot of interaction just being here. Fear or subjugation.
Oh, come here, girl. Say hi. Say hi, girl. Sit down. Sit. As As this interaction's coming through, they start to pull you in different directions as an older goblin kind of comes up. And it's very obviously that he's old. He seems to have a large gray beard. He's like, "Ugabnadida, dulapana," and he grabs your hand, the one that's not bladed, so obviously a little bit more intelligent than the others. He starts to pull you into the town hall.
Okay, I follow.
He pulls you in there. It seems to be kind of a dinner table, similar to the one that Cassie and Igris have seen, but larger, and it doesn't seem that there's any food put up there.
Okay. Does he go to
He
motion
sits-
like to sit, or?
He doesn't motion you, but he does sit at the table himself.
Is it clear that there's additional seating, and or does
There's
it-
definitely, yes.
I
There's definitely, it's like a full table.
Okay.
Down, girl. Sit. Okay. Sorry, she's being a little
Yeah.
wild. But we kind of go into as we go into this conversation. He sits down, has all of you guys sit down, and he looks at you all. He looks at you and he goes, "So, can you tell me where you're from?" And he's speaking common.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah, we've. I wasn't expecting that. We are
Probably expecting goblin. You know, it's a bit of racist for you to think that, but that's okay.
well, based off my other interactions with your group. I was a little surprised.
Ah, that makes more sense. I apologize. That was rude of me to assume you were racist.
It's okay.
What are you doing here?
I think we're looking for a lost group of adventurers. I think they're called the Outlaws. I have two of my friends here too.
Interesting. I don't know of anybody who's come here recently. Being recently as you, but
I don't know how recent it was. I think it was, if I remember correctly, 5 years ago.
believe that you've been given some false information. As he comes up, he starts to pull off some hardware. Definitely seems some modern technology, at least modern to you guys. Obviously, it looks a little bit more Wangbu, and it looks like the same sort of key that you have for your standard ship, the school bus. And he goes, "Tell me if you recognize this." And he slides it against the table, and it lands right in front of you.
Do I recognize it?
It looks similar to the one you have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, looks like there's two magic school buses.
That key belongs to a ship called the Camden, who landed here about 48 years ago. I believe that you were given information by some people who wanted to hide this ship, or at least hide its significance.
What significance would that be?
The ship is a very unique ship. Ship created before Fallout, before the reformat, meaning it does not share the same signals as your standard ship or any other ship, while maybe a little bit older. It's not able to be located by an AI due to its age.
Is this something that you are using right now, or is it sitting
No.
around them?
The mountain to the east is where this ship is laid. My father was the one who helped steal it. He's long since been gone now. Hence why I'm able to speak common. Obviously, this is an older goblin, but 48 years is not. Give me a nature roll.
12.
12 on a 12, goblins age do not have a long lifespan, so it seems that his father came within the 48 years and he died
Mm-hmm.
somehow, and then they took with the local goblins. So he's like, so, you two are from the sky. I myself was never able to enjoy the pleasures of the sky as my father have, nor have that kind of lifestyle, but ship I know where it's at. We do not go there. The mountain to the east is where your ship is, but I warn you, this may not be a place you want to go.
If we are able to find it, do you and your people want to leave this place? Are you content here?
Give me. Are you trying to convince them, or are you just
I'm
trying to
asking.
ask a question?
I'm just asking.
To be
I can
honest
see
with you,
merit as to wanting to say.
yeah. To be honest with you, I can't say that the interest is not there for me, because it would be the home of my fathers. However, goblins here have known no other land and known no other home. I can't say for certain that they would want to go, but I can say this is a harsh land. And an easier life would not be unpleasurable to them or myself.
If you're able to, in some capacity, help us find the ship, I'm sure my fellow group and I would have no issue trying to transport you off of here.
Interesting. He goes to get some parchment, and he goes, I'm not one for calligraphy, I believe that's the word. I don't write well.
Yes, that's the word.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, certain words I know, and I haven't spoken in common in a long time. He goes to grab a piece of paper, and he goes, I can't tell you everything. I haven't been there myself. However, he starts to draw the mountain. He starts to draw the town, and he points the fork in the road. And he goes, if you go back the way you came and take the other path, it'll lead you straight to the mountain. But from what I understand, the people who came with my father decided to take up a life here and build a home there. It's different from ours, for sure, and it seems to be a very well put together place. But we do not go there because many goblins have died. You are also not the first sky people to come. In recent time, there have been many ships who have come. I, of course, recognizing them, have led my people to believe they are something else, but few of your similar comrades tried to invade our home, and we took care of that. Unfortunately, though, a few lives were taken in the skirmish.
Please,
I know that
you call them all given the same false information that we were.
you're the first to ever speak with us. I saw the ships. Ships headed straight for the mountain. Only two groups came. The first group that came in, was not able to speak our language and left. The second group was able to speak our language and believed that they could take advantage of us. They were mistaken, and a battle ensued. I hope that you will have a better instinct to know that we are a peaceful people. We have no reason to fight you. I do not want my kin to die here.
We wouldn't want that either. Really, any help you can have us get to that ship is appreciated as I kind of point towards the map he's drawing.
He goes in and he starts to draw a small picture, and he goes, as you go into this place, you're going to start to see change in the area. You look around, we're a very rural area. Rural, is that the right word? Grassy lands, that's right, right?
I think
Right?
so.
Okay, good. I was making sure. It's a weird word. It doesn't fall off the tongue anyways. He starts to draw a picture of a woman. He goes, "We've seen this woman there before. This woman seems to have taken up residence there when my father's friends have passed. I've only seen her once, but she is interesting, to say the least. We call her the Grey Lady." As he starts to draw a picture, you see a picture of what looks to be a tiefling of sorts, with short hair and tiny horns, but with regular feet, not hooves at all. He goes, "Once you're inside, I can't help you." But he starts to go a little bit more detailed with the map. This should take you at least to the entrance of the mountain that their home dwelled. And if you go there, you should be able to find Camden fairly easily. But I caution you to turn around, go back to your ship. Go where you came from. Because I know that their lives were taken. I know that many of ours have been taken as well by the Grey Lady.
Those are wise words indeed, but I know our group rather end this cycle of death and get you off of here.
Give me... You know what? No persuasion. He goes, "I appreciate you noting trying to save us. I see that you're trying to have an honorable way of doing things. Thank you. Can't say that we will leave, but I do appreciate you. If you'd like to leave, I do not know where your friends are, but maybe we can look for them together." As we cut over to Igri and Cassie Brown just chowing down on some soup, and Igri just kind of like not eating any of the meat, kind of eating around it and the vegetables, and so to speak. And he's just like, "Well, guys, I mean, you guys seem pretty great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, the Sky people were, they were pretty scary when they came in, but we took good care of them, and then they tried to fight us, so then we fought back, and that's just the whole situation." As he starts to like tell you guys the information that the old goblin gave on to him, this about Sky people coming, them fighting those Sky people. Multiple ships have come, but he doesn't tell you anything about the mountain. He doesn't say anything about the Grey Lady. Let me think about something for a second. Hold on. I think, you know what? You guys are cool. I like you guys. I'm gonna draw you guys a picture. Hold on. He starts to draw you something. He's like, "This is really cool, I swear to God." And he starts to draw what looks to be a key, but not like Cassie Brown. Igri's not gonna know this. You're gonna have no idea what this is, but Cassie's gonna know, and it is what looks to be a key to a cybernetic lock, similar to a key that you would use to your home, but it is looks in similar shape to a key card, and then on the front of it, it looks like a bit pressed in. He's a very good artist. A pressed in impression of a skeleton key. It looks like a card with a skeleton key, and he's like, I saw this. Okay, so don't tell anybody. Can you not tell? Look at me. Look at me. And he's looking at Igri, obviously, because Cassie can't. He's like, "Look at me. Okay, don't tell anybody. But I saw this thing, and I went into the mountain. Don't tell anybody. You promise?
Promise.
I want a pinky right now."
Okay.
He takes your pinky, so to speak, and he's like, "I didn't know that was a pinky, but I'm glad I know now. Now I know it's a little bit more of your anatomy. Anyway, I went on that mountain over on the other side, and I saw that thing. It was a pretty pretty sucky. I didn't take it. I'm not stupid. You don't take anything from there, but I saw it. That's pretty cool.
You just saw that, or was there other stuff around this?
Well, it was a lot of rocks that people were using to make walls. And there was like carpet, and it was red. That's what I saw. So,
I'll relay that to Cassie and show her the picture. You know, be like, I'm not sure what this is, but he said he saw one of these by the mountains.
This is a very good picture.
oh, you're such a good dog. I mean, or dog. Is it a dog? What is it actually? And he's just like, you're just pretty. You know, you have such a good coat. Good coat.
He said-
Yeah, it's fine.
He said he likes you. It's okay.
Oh, okay. I think together we can get through this interaction. We're like one brain cell. But
You're sharing the brain cell that you
exactly.
between you
We
two.
can talk, and I relate to him about the key situation.
Okay. Well, she says it's some sort of key. I don't know.
Oh, that's what it is. I had no idea. I just saw that it was kind of glowing and bright, and I thought, whoa.
Yeah. I don't know
That's
much
cool.
about this technology stuff that they go on about.
I don't even know what that word means. Technology? I don't even know what that means. Is it goblin? Is that a goblin word? I don't even know.
It's what this is. And I'll point at the picture that he drew.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right, great. Well, that's interesting.
It's so funny he doesn't know any of it, but he knew the word anatomy.
You know, goblins are a weird bunch. They don't know. I mean, they studied the body. You know, they got some stuff going on. But he goes, all right. Well, I'm gonna take a nap. You guys should go somewhere else. You're great guests, but I'm sleepy.
All right.
Bye. And he goes and he opens the door and he's like, you guys can leave now.
Igri, is he gonna give us a place to sleep? I'm kind of tired. I haven't slept in a while.
I don't think so. He told us to leave because he's going to sleep.
Oh, no dessert?
No.
Oh, did he give us the drawing?
Yeah, he's giving you the drawing.
Awesome. I guess we can leave him be.
All right.
You guys come out of town getting information. Emerald, you've kind of been ushered into a map of the area. As you guys all kind of come out of your respective one within the town, the kind of city hall looking building, and the other one being in a small house. Being that these are not tall buildings, you're pretty easily able to see each other. And I called Cassie Brown a human earlier. You are a halfling. I'm so sorry. I called you a human. As you guys are, I know, so I'm not good at what I'm doing.
It's I didn't catch it.
Go ahead and go forward. But as you guys are going, you're able to easily see each other. See each other from far off and be like, oh, okay, well, there's Emerald and Cassie's right there. Okay.
Do I have my like posse of goblins with me still?
You see the goblins are sitting at the door waiting for you, but they're not like surrounding you like before. They're more just like, blah, blah, blah,
Reminds me of the Minions.
blah.
You're Gru.
Yeah.
Who knew that you? I'm reading some of your texts from you now. But as you guys, you see each other, but you see a big goblin, and you see Igri. Igri, you're able to hear what they say, and one of them's like, "I swear, I've never seen something so ugly. Look at that armband." There's another one like, "Don't say that. That's so mean. He gave us cookies. No. That's not what he gave us. I swear to God, he said another thing. No, he said cookies. I sounded it out, and that's the word he said. Obviously, I didn't know what he was saying, but I got that word. He said the word cookie. And it's like, that must be what it's called. I'm telling you, that's what it's called. As they're more interested in the cookies that you gave and how ugly you are, and less so, they don't seem to want to be a friend, so to speak, but more so they see like,
More cookies.
the only person that seems to be kind of like a friend is the goblin who's been on your head, pulling your hair this entire time. He kind of is sitting there and he's just like, well, I think he's really nice. And he gave me a little cookie too. And she's braiding your hair. It seems that this is a female goblin who has little tufts of hair on her, the little pointed ears. And she's like, I'm just saying that I think it's really sweet that he would give me something. And I may have cut my hand, and she's talking as she braids her hair.
Nice.
Good morning, Emerald. Nice for you to join us.
She goes and she whispers in your ear, Igri, you understand this, and goes, who's the thing with the good hair? She, noting Cassie Brown's long, curly red hair.
We're quite friends. You keep walking towards them.
She has no idea what you said. She's like,
Hey, Emerald, do you know what they're saying? Because they're not speaking common, right?
No, they're really good at pointing though.
Okay.
They
I didn't
seem
know
to love you.
I didn't know if you understood all different languages, being a whatever you are, but
Like a hero.
a hero.
You're there, Brad Knightley.
you know what, actually? Cassie Brown, give me a history check. Igri, give me a history check. Igri's going to be with disadvantage on this one. Cassie, you're going to do a regular roll. To see if you know his species.
Goblin Brad Knightley.
Yes. I just got a 7.
I got
7.
That's funny because with disadvantage, I had a nat 20 and a 16.
No.
But on a 16, you know that there were similar people that looked like Emerald who invaded your home. Creatures made of cybernetics, pale skin, and dark hair that looked similar to Emerald.
He's going to start beating Emerald with this stick.
You ever been to a planet that's
As you guys are having this conversation, you kind of note the fact that you have seen what he is, not necessarily know the name of it or really what anything is, but you've noticed it before. Man, on a disadvantage of 16, wow. That was a good roll.
yeah.
A 20 and a 16. Yeah, and you on a 7 on
Yeah.
nothing.
Brad Knightley. Goblin Brad Knightley. We're going to make movies about you.
So the little goblin girl seems like right there, and it's like looks at you all and is like, "Are they nice too? Do they have cookies? I'd love more cookies."
I'll start. Well, you see,
Oh, you speak goblin.
yeah, I do. We don't have any more cookies.
Oh,
He only makes a couple of those a day, I think.
I just hear is cookies in common? Like
cookies is in common. It's seems to be something that
Cookies are universal.
cookies is universal.
Who has the cookies? I've been trying to show this turtle some cookies.
Oh, I make cookies.
You make. Oh, we
I
just
make
left you
cookies. I make
following the
scones. I make frittatas.
Ooh. And I make this.
I will note, Emerald, in your bag, you do have a book that the name of your book that's stained with blood. It's a bunch of cooking recipes, a bunch of desserts, as well as some other things that you have.
I'm working my way through it.
Looking your way. You got cookies with page 1. We'll see how it goes so far.
It starts with the baking section.
The little goblin girl looks at Igri and is like, "Do you guys have to go?"
I know my friend here is a little tired. Me and your compatriots I mean, she's pretty tired, so I don't know if we need to let her sleep first. But
I could ask my mom if you guys could stay at my house.
That'd be nice. I mean, she probably. I mean, if not, we can probably go back to our ship and she can sleep on it. I guess.
Your choice. I just don't want to leave my friend right now. That's an option.
I mean, I don't know what we'll do while she sleeps because that's gonna.
I will note this seems to be. Did I note before that seems to be a goblin child, not necessarily an adult?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to make it be like this is a weird relationship. She seems, if anything, younger than Cassie. She's probably she's probably at the same maturity level as like maybe a 6-year-old or even a 7-year-old. She's like, I don't want to leave my friend. You guys can stay with me, but you don't have to.
I'll tell them. Well, Cassie, you said you need to sleep, but you wanted to sleep here. Do you want to go back to the ship? She said she can ask, and you might be able to sleep at her house. She doesn't want Emerald to go, but I know we're gonna have to. It's just a lot going on.
I mean, I would love to experience new cultures. So, I mean, I would love like a fire, a warm bed.
Okay. It seems that she wants. If you can ask, we'll try to stay here at least for the night and just.
Oh, you guys are gonna stay the night? Okay. And she starts to like climb off of Emerald's head and hoping for like a little bit of help, as hopefully you let him down. She kind of goes and starts to pull on Emerald's hand and is like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come with me. And she very short is like lifting up to grab Emerald's hand and like walking you guys to her house. She seems to have a small little house similar in size to the one that you guys saw before, but this one seems to be a little bit longer in the back. It seems that there's a family that lives here. Speaking of family, we see hi.
She's really proud. She started doing like a Woobles crochet kit, and she made a little pumpkin. She was very excited.
Oh, that's so cute. We're at home looking at trying to get some more outside decorations because we have the whole inside looking good for fall and Halloween, and
Oh, nice.
I'm in charge of the outside, so
Yeah, I get that.
yeah, we gotta start that collection now for the outside decorations. But anyways, she starts to pull Emerald's hand and is like, come on, let's go, let's get out of here, and takes you into this home. You see, she goes, hi, Mom, is like an older goblin lady looks, and she goes, oh, but I heard that there was some interesting people who came into town. Who are this? And he goes, oh, this is my friend Silver Hand. I don't know his name, but he's my friend now. She was like, okay.
I'm just nodding along as that's whatever she's saying.
And she's just going, at the back about the booga, and she's just like, oh, bye. And you see, she goes, obviously, Igri translating for all of you, and it's just like, I would like if he kind of stayed with us. He's been nice. He makes cookies. She goes, I don't know what cookies are, honey. Don't worry, you're gonna love them. They're so good. They're great. I ate one. You shouldn't take things you don't. Honey, we've talked about this. Don't eat things from strangers and don't eat things off the ground. She's like, but they're delicious. Okay, all right, we're gonna still talk about this again. Not off the ground and not from strangers. Again, I understand. Don't eat cookies from strangers. She kind of trails off, trying to ignore her mother. She pulls you all in, going, as you guys have a great night. There seems to be a fire on the side that the mother is going on. As they kind of conversate with Igri and between all of you, you guys get to know the mother, and you get to note the little small goblin who's calling herself Delilah the goblin. Delilah kind of tells you stories of like being a young goblin and taking on different adventures herself. Her adventures obviously fabricated to some degree, as any kid would, going like, oh, I used to fight dragons.
Is Igri translating this for us, or are we just like nodding along?
Igri's translating everything for you, I assume. And that's up to Igri. He may not. He'd be like, She's like, I fought a dragon. And he's like, there's a dragon in the bed. She fought some shit. God. And we have no idea. Igri might have. But As the day kind of goes on and the night starts to settle, the sun rises on a new day. You guys all are given a long rest on that regard. Obviously, Igri was given one already. Emerald, you don't necessarily need to sleep because you went through shutdown. But we see our halfling friend now completely refreshed after 2 iterations of her Brad Knightley stories. First on film, and then her reacting and reenacting those films. But the day has gone. You have a mission. You have things that you can do, but you don't necessarily have to. It's up to you guys. What do you guys want to do?
I think when everyone, because I didn't sleep, everyone when they're waking up in the morning, I made myself quite at home in the kitchen, and I whipped up some like Starbucks egg bites looking things, like whatever kind of thing she had in their like food storage area, whether it's vegetables or root vegetables or meats, whatever's in there.
All right, she has some radishes. It seems like there's definitely some small amounts of meat, not necessarily huge stores of it, but more plant-based diet seems to be what's going on here. But there is some meat and some potatoes and things that you're able to like fashion. What did you call it again? Starbucks what?
Oh, like an egg bite, like
an egg bite.
Egg bite.
I don't like coffee. I don't ever go to Starbucks. See, I don't know any of this. Yeah, here's something.
It's like a puffy little egg bite that's like this big. It's very soft. It has like stuff in it.
See, this is something that if a lot of people watch this, the internet's gonna know. I don't like coffee, guys. You know, everyone's gonna hate me now. Anyways, Cassie Brown hating me right now.
I gotta
go. Guys. Anyways, you make some food. There's a table. The little girl's like, "This isn't cookies, but this is pretty good." And the mother's like, "Oh my gosh, this is never." You know, she's cooked prior, but there's definitely not like, there's a wood. It's a brick oven stove. She's frying everything a little bit more camping style than anything else. But you're able to kind of like make these. Fashion them pretty easily because you have an oven inside of your stomach. You have a lot of things going on that can help with that. They do go ahead, and that gives another +2 extra health to both Cassie Brown and Igri. So go ahead and notate that real quick. If you guys eat the food too, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Actually, because the apron you gave me. No.
Oh right. I need to stop giving cool items to people.
Yeah, when you gave that to me, I was like, oh, geez, all right.
I performed for it.
Yeah.
It's the armor's called It's Clucking Good.
Yeah, I even asked you, I was like, is this a one-time use? Like, no, this is permanent, man.
That's permanent, man.
One-time AP use.
Yeah, in fact, Cassie, your AC thing, I think you keep it until you have the next battle, right? Your next battle is going to be what gets rid of that. So, you guys settled
the hit points. You can take a long rest again and haven't lost them.
Yeah, on a long rest, you guys do lose this temporary. But, or actually, I think you guys lose it. Let me read on it real quick. Let me write everything that I have here.
So.
On both a long rest or short rest, you lose the bonuses. Yeah. So, either or. But it is a temporary health, and it's only a little bit. I mean, if you're gonna end up going to short rest, whatever. Anyways, the little goblin girl, Delilah, looks at you guys and is like, "Are you guys leaving? Or are you gonna stay? You should live with us."
I don't think we can. We got a mission. We gotta complete an adventure.
Okay, I understand. You should when you complete your mission, you should come back and say hi at least. Don't leave without saying hi.
We should take her like a pet. We should bring her along like a little pet.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
What's the redhead saying? What did she say?
She said she likes you and to make sure that we come back and tell you bye.
That's so nice of her. Hello? That's so good.
Like a dog. Like
Like a what?
She loves you.
I heard like. Is that what'd she say?
She said she just likes you so much.
Oh, she likes me. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I appreciate it.
We sleep over every night.
She says speaks a lot. She should learn English. She should know what she should know what we're saying.
Where they're
Why
from?
does she speak English? Is she dumb? Is she dumb?
Well, where they're from, it's just common. They call it their common language. So
Oh, so she's speaking another. So she's saying words.
yeah, I can understand it.
Oh, don't tell her I called her dumb. That'd be so. She wouldn't like me anymore.
Oh, she'll be okay.
You won't tell her?
No, of course not.
Okay, good. Anyways, as this conversation goes, a little bit run on by me for this little girl voice that I've got going on. I don't know why I would push that. But the conversation kind of lulls. She kind of, the mother escorting you out of the house. There's a little bit of like the goblin seeing the man with the silver arm, the red head. They've never seen red hair before. And of course, the turtle friend. They kind of talk to you. There's some talk about it, like, that guy's weird. That guy's pretty. No. She's the prettier one. What's going on here? Look at that turtle shell. That's cool. What? Is that a scar? Conversation as you guys are sort of like on your way out of the town. You guys are moving towards this mountain area that you know that the Camden resides, but you're not really sure all the details. So far, the information you know is that there was a building made within this mountain range, made by what happened 48 years ago, the original thieves that stole the Camden. We know that inside of the home, the walls are made out of stone and the floors are red carpeted. But we don't know the size, we don't know anything else. We approach it following the map. We see a mountain pass and a large opening with two doors that have fallen off the hinges, two wooden doors that look like the doors to a castle, so to speak. But they have fallen off, and these are large doors, larger than like your average house door, with metal rings as the handles. The opening is clear, and you guys are more than welcome to walk in.
DM, first question real quick. Well, how does my hair look after all this braiding?
You have two braids that are through your hair, but you did sleep actually through the night. So they're actually in perfect condition. Two braids back through the hair. They're more like cornrows because you have short hair. So she pulled really tight to get two cornrows from like here and here. So that you kind of just have like a mohawk and then braids right here and then kind of short hair. A little bit of a fade going on. You look good, but you're kind of appropriating a little bit of a culture thing going. Bit of a vulture, I'd say.
Yeah. Me inside check real quick. Am I being a little
insensitive to a different culture?
He's south of curtain, I know that.
Yeah.
But you come across this door off the hinges. You can go in. You don't have to go in, but
Have I ever relayed all this info about the Gray Lady and stuff already? I kind of assume based off how you're describing this.
well, you haven't related, but we can just say that if you want to go ahead and say that you've relayed the information of the Gray Lady. The Gray Lady being some sort of creature or woman that resides in this home that you may or may not know her species. You're not really sure, but the only thing you know for sure is that this lady has devoured goblins or killed goblins. They're not sure. And you know that they may have killed or devoured the people who originally built this structure.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of described that in detail as to what the goblin leader had told me.
That sounds a little
As
dangerous.
we're walking over, I'd say.
Why don't you, if we're going in there, why don't you go first?
Yeah, vote for that as well.
Well, I mean, just counter proposal. We flip you around, Egrid, and we walk you in first.
I am not a shield.
Well, we hold you.
You were so good at it last time.
Yeah, it worked so well last time. Cassie's right.
But I'm not a. That was not meant to happen. I was.
All right. Beginner's luck. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll go in first.
As you come in, you start to see a very well put together home. This home is exactly described: red carpets with stone walls. But it looks old, as if someone hasn't lived here for many, many years. On that note, go ahead and add this to the stage. Oh, never mind. It's already added. You guys, when you look at it, you don't, it's very, very dark in here. You're not able to see very far in front of you. But give me an investigation check. All of you.
I was.
6.
On a 6.
10.
6.
No.
All right. Unfortunately, no, you're not really able to tell anything. It's just your rolls were just not good. But I also wanted to note, looking at your guys' tokens, you guys have new tokens now, and I wanted to point that out for you guys that we have them made
Oh,
for
very
you.
nice.
Thought, put your respective colors. We got Igri with a nice green, Emerald with a red, and Cassie Brown with a blue ring around, as well as a little bit of a blue background. I thought it looked a little bit better than just your pictures. On that note, real quick.
Can you believe red carpet was stoned? Awful decision.
Yeah, like they obviously don't have nothing to stated, of course.
They have not watched HGTV.
I've already ruled your turn order here. Cassie Brown goes first, Emerald, and then Igri. On 18, 12, and 7. So I'm gonna let you guys walk through the stage however you see fit. But if you could, just for my own sake, go one step at a time.
One step.
Well, I think if I
Yeah,
jump
go
in
one
first,
square at a time. Okay.
I'd probably be in line with Cassie. I know it's moving up 2 DM, but it's probably where I would have been if I went in first, I would think.
Got it. Go ahead on Igri. Go ahead, however you'd like. On that note, Cassie Brown, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
No!
Ooh,
I don't want
I
to.
think it's a con. Yeah.
It's 15.
that's good.
All right. On as you take your first step forward, you feel the floor start to crumble away. As the floor crumbles away, you have an instinct to flee. How is it that you flee away from this?
The floor under me?
Yes.
I probably just try to. Is there a way I can grab onto the wall or something?
You could push off of the wall and push yourself right onto the left side.
I would
Push
love
off the
that.
ground itself and then maybe go onto the other side.
Yeah.
So you push off the ground, moving yourself one pace over. Go ahead and move your space one space to the left.
To the left.
No, I apologize. Let me,
Go ahead and.
it's hard to direct, how to do this. Let me right here, left that
Perfect.
way. Should have said up.
Stage left.
As you see that, you look down, and you see a pit with spikes at the bottom. It's not a far pit. It seems like it's just below the surface. But sharpened sticks. And on a 15 Constitution save, you were able to save yourself. Exactly a 15 Constitution save.
Thank God.
You were able to get away. So on that note, you guys, to those who do not understand what we're doing here, don't understand the system, roll 20. They have some things over here on their left. If you point over to the left, you see some tools. Yeah, thank you for showing that. If you look over to the top, there's a little bit of a drawing thing right below the arrow. There you go. If you guys want, Cassie, why don't you put a little bit of a red circle or an X or whatever you want to draw right on the square that you nearly avoided.
Right here.
Right there. On that note, I think you guys kind of get what we're doing. We're playing a little bit of Avoid the Trap. A little bit of a bomb situation, so to speak, if you've ever played that old game.
Mines.
Minesweep.
Yeah.
Minesweeper, there we go. Welcome to the game.
So after
On
it's
that
totally
note-
crumbled and she's gotten away perfectly safely, I'm like, oh wow, watch your step there, Cassidy.
Yeah, I think would have been nice to know beforehand, but I guess no one can really tell.
Yeah. Well, let's be a little more careful. And as I say that, I'm going to cast Bless on all of us.
Bless. Okay.
Uh,
On that note, whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, you get to roll a d4 and add the number. That's good. That'll help you guys throughout this. So we're going to go one space at a time. Obviously, there are going to be some traps. There may be some treasure as we go through here. But on that note, let's do a little bit more scary music.
Imagine you praise the Papa John.
you say Papa
Cassie
John?
Brown,
What?
you made your save.
I don't
Feel
know
free to
why.
move forward one space at a time, as well as do any sort of roll that you want to see if you can identify more going forward.
Yeah, I guess I'll do like, is it investigation check to see if I see any, or like?
There's
perception
more.
or-
There's any investigation check you can 100% do. Just, 16. On a 16, you note there are several spaces in front of you that don't seem suspicious at all. Here, 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 and then the corresponding all the way to the bottom here and here.
Am I able to jump to this space?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to jump to that space. It's only a 10 feet jump. Believe that you've got way more jump than that.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna jump to this one over here and to yell at them the spaces that I saw that were clear.
If
Okay.
you'd like, I can go ahead and notate the ones that were clear with some polygons or some ellipses if you want. So, clear, 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 and clear.
Assuming we have to jump now, seeing Cassie do that, I'm going to try to jump to here.
You jump to point again where you jump, right there.
Yeah.
All right, good. Igor, your turn. I will say that now that you know, you can roll a little bit more. You guys can go your movement however you see fit on your turn.
You didn't take the turtle with you?
Yeah, after the first Igor, now going back to Cassie Brown, feel free to take your movement however you see fit.
Am I able to do another roll to see if I see anything before me?
Yeah, let's do a survival check.
Okay. 17.
On a 17, you note that dangerous areas here, here, and here. This would be a perfect place to lay a trap, but because of the small corridor, if somebody did live here at one point, it would make it impossible to avoid a trap, which makes you think that that area doesn't have any.
Okay, guys. Down this corridor, there are a bunch of traps. So stay ready for them. But I don't think anyone's back there.
We'll see if anyone's back there. I take out a javelin and I throw it down the hallway.
Oh, okay. You throw it down the hallway. How much distance are you throwing it away?
As hard as I can.
As far as you can. What is your...
I can only see this
120?
far, 10 feet, so blindly I'm throwing.
It's still
So you can roll it anywhere from 30 to 120 feet, so...
What did I roll? Yep.
No roll needed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're throwing it straight,
I am.
and you're throwing it as hard...
Indiana Jones when the blow darts come out of the hallway. That's what I'm checking to see.
You throw it straight on, and as you throw it straight on, nothing seems to happen, but you hear, as it seems to have hit something on the other end.
Does it sound like it hit stone?
It sounds like it's hit stone, yes.
No. Well, don't think anyone's over there.
Noticing, you know what? Actually, I'll give you another little thing. Give me a perception check, DC 12.
2.
2, unfortunately, you're not really able to tell how far you were able to throw.
Is there anything to hold on to down this hallway that isn't the ground, like I can stay above?
There's the ceiling above, and there seems to be some conches on the side. Seems that there was flames here at one point that people would light, but they've sensed there's no flame inside of them. Conch, what is the right terminology?
Sconce?
Maybe, yeah, like sconce.
How does the roof,
conch.
like the ceiling look? Like, could Igri and Cassie like hang on to it?
It's very high up. It too is made out of stone. If you're able to kind of tear through the stone, for sure. But you would have to go tearing through multiple layers of, not multiple layers, but you'd have to, like, you know, as you go through, make new divots in it. But there seems to be places where there was flame before on the sides of the wall that you could either light or maybe even jump between. Cassie Brown is a halfling, and you are small enough.
I would love to minor illusion flames in all of them, if I can.
Okay, cool.
And then I
Right.
would love to jump between all of them.
Ooh, that revealed too much.
Major illusion or minor illusion? I didn't catch that one.
There you go. That revealed light, so
Major.
it gave you a lot of stuff right here.
I have some rope,
Really?
Cassie. If you want to jump around, I can pull you back up if you start to fall.
Yeah. Tied around my waist.
Tie up a French bowline around her, and she's set.
I was a Girl Scout, I know it.
Yeah.
You guys given a little bit more than I would have given, but you know what? Whatever. Give you 15 from that light from now on if you're able to light any more.
And
I
if I'm able
100%
to,
see Cassie doing scouts growing up.
All right.
seriously became obsessed with cookies.
Yep. God dang.
On that
every time
note,
I touch
Phil,
you around the
Cassie
floors-
Brown, I'm gonna go ahead and push for some movement. I know
Yeah,
that,
I'm
like,
gonna- Yeah, I was gonna jump in, like do the jumping in between if I can.
But I'm holding
Okay.
her with the rope too.
you're holding her with a rope. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was placing lights here.
You're good. So
So
I
go
have
ahead.
a 3-foot rope that I'm probably giving her as much leeway that would just like be short of being taut as she's moving, and giving her more as she goes.
Got it. So that way, I assume that way, if she feels some kind of pressure on the floor, you can pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get what you're doing. All right, Cassie, feel free to take that movement as far as you'd like. You said you're jumping. Are you jumping between like each one, or?
Yeah, you said I can like jump between the sconces, so I would love to try to
Yes.
like parkour.
Okay,
off
so
the
jumping
wall.
the sconce is going to be right here on the corner. So let's say jumping here. That's going to be 15, and then 10. There you go, right here. Gives you 20 movement that you've taken. Sorry, 25.
Perfect.
Nothing seems to have happened. You're able to kind of.
And that's all my movement, so I'm gonna stay
Okay.
here.
Emerald, you agree? Emerald's first in this.
Have any other squares been called out as safe, or did I just see her jump that far? I'm like, oh shit.
I
She
called
was
them
able to
as
jump.
dangerous,
Okay.
but
I don't think I'd want to live.
Her instinct said that it would be strange for it to be dangerous. But I don't. Did you relay that information to them?
or at least if,
Okay.
yeah, I would. Yeah,
I think I would skip this one and then jump into the tunnel. After throwing my javelin, thinking we're probably good. So
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
right
jump
here.
to here.
Okay, go ahead and do that. That's going to be 15 movement.
Okay.
All right. You're good. Igri, feel free to move now. Unless, Emerald, are you going to take the rest of your movement? That's only, I think you have 30, correct?
I do, yeah. I'll move up to where the light is, and I'll stop there for now.
Okay. Igri, take your movement however you'd see fit.
Igri this time seeing all that's going on, and Cassie jumping around, and he's going to use his wild shape to turn into a giant wolf spider.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm just going to climb up on the wall, up onto the ceiling, and walk. I can go 40 feet, so
Feel free to take your movement as you see fit.
I'll just go like here, just up on the ceiling though.
It seems that no traps were, that all of you guys are safe, that no traps were sprung at that time. We go back to Cassie Brown's turn.
I would love to keep or I guess I'm holding on, so I guess I'll get
As
down.
you look forward, there doesn't seem to be any places to jump. You can jump to right here because you're connected to a wall right now. If you go to the other wall, you can. But from the end of the corridor, it doesn't seem there are any like open areas to jump to. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to get back on the ground from there. But Igri is connected to the ceiling at this moment.
We've never seen him wild shape though.
No, this is the first time. Yes.
So cool. Knowing that I have the rope around me, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm safe if anything happens. I guess I'll get down from the wall and go 5, 10, and I guess over here.
Okay. 15.
And I guess just look around, see if there's anything if there's any traps or if there's anything around.
Give me an investigation check. DC. Look. DC 13.
Just a 10.
Just a 10. You see nothing.
Cool. I was like, I don't know where anything else is here, if there's any more safe spaces, but I got you, Emerald, if anything happens.
Go safer.
I don't know if I'm strong enough, but
I'll move up. Kind of seeing her move through this area and kind of not really learning my lesson on the first trap. I'm gonna move up to here.
Okay.
Across.
And then Ingrid, go ahead is that the end of your movement, or would you like to do a check first?
No, I'm more so just concentrating on holding the rope. So
Got it.
I was having not doing too many checks.
For Ingrid, go ahead and take your movement as you see fit.
All right.
Can we go ahead? Let's return back to where you were. And let's go one space at a time since we're going a pretty far distance.
Okay.
But he's on
Yeah,
the wall, though.
it's got a 40
Yes.
foot movement.
Yeah, you do have 40 feet. I'm just going to count it was square space one at a time. Okay, 5, 10, 15. Okay, good. You have you can move 3 more squares.
Yeah.
Is your max distance. There.
Yep. I don't want to get
All
too
right.
far.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. On that, none of you have sprung a trap yet, but I would like to notate. You notice a chest in front of you. It looks like this chest is not of the same type of like structure around. It seems like it's more around the more kind of like era that you've been experiencing all at once now, particularly like off the Outlaw Star and as well as recent technology you've seen. There is a chest right in front of you. We'll
Fastest
note,
I can
our
move.
viewers probably don't know this, but from now on, if we see these little gold symbols, these are going to be treasure. Something may be inside, something may not be.
Could eat us. Could be a mimic.
Could be anything.
Oh, is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
My
that
bad.
goes to you.
Seeing the chest, I would love to just run over there, forgetting that there's traps.
Got it. Run straight to it. Just go one square at a time.
Yeah, so right here, 2, 3,
There.
and then
Immediately opening it. Got it.
I love it.
I see
You
13
have gotten
gold.
You've got not 1,000, 100 credits. Go ahead and put that under gold. We're using credits as the terminology for this, but it's 100 gold. It's 100 credits though. As we're in space, credits is the right way.
Oh, it doesn't split evenly, but I'll put 100, then we can divvy it out later.
Yeah, you can divvy it out however you so choose, or keep it all. They don't know what's in the chest.
Yeah, Admiral's looking for his javelin now on his turn.
So you know what? Yeah. On that note, would you like to end your turn, or do you want to go
Oh, I'm
ahead?
sorry, I'm jumping up.
Yeah, I think I'll just end my turn here.
Okay. Let's move on to Emerald. Speaking of your javelin, you're able to see it. It is hitting the wall right here.
Yeah,
It
I
is
guess I'll walk towards
plumb
it.
right into the stone.
So 1 square. 2 square.
Take
Take
your
it out.
javelin, I assume. Yeah.
And then I am going to, feeling obviously the rope move back up this way. Probably move in the direction of Cassie, so I'll just move to this square and my turn.
On that note, stop for one moment.
No!
As you pass, I'm going to show the area. As you pass this area right here, right in front,
Okay.
a small sigil appears on the ground. Small sigil then starts to materialize a cobra made out of iron and steel.
Okay.
He has bright light that shines throughout the entire area, revealing a lot more of the area for you.
Oh, the handy little snake.
On that note, he takes a surprise action, getting that he gets jump. He's going to get advantage on this. He is going to. Does a 21 hit you?
It does.
That's going to be 8 piercing damage.
Ooh.
And it also, I need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20.
Nat
Oh my
20,
God.
you're good.
Oh,
So you take the 13, you take the 8 damage, but you save on the Constitution saving throw.
sweet. Do you want me to roll a separate con save for the concentration check then?
Concentration check on your
Oh,
bless.
bless,
Yes. No.
Okay.
We'll count this as a double. We'll say that you still have bless, but
Okay.
your turn is still in effect.
Oh, well,
Then we
fuck
go
this
back to
snake.
the original order.
Yeah, I'm gonna go step on them. That's how I've learned to deal with snakes. So
You're gonna try to step on them. All right.
Yeah. I didn't put a no weapon attack on here, so just D20 plus my proficiency.
Yeah.
No.
You don't have a weapon? Yeah, you do. You have your black rose if you wanted to use it.
Oh no, I'm not using the black rose. I'm stepping on the snake.
Oh, you really are stepping.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be an unarmed strike.
Uh, 6 to hit.
6 to hit. I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, come on.
Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, it doesn't hit. I'm sorry, sorry, my man.
That's okay.
Cobra made entirely of metal and it doesn't hit.
On that note, we
Although
move to.
kicking a snake's tough.
On that note, it's Igri's turn.
Let me see what I can do. Nothing really. I'm actually just going to move. Seeing that it's just a small snake, I'm going to start to move this way.
Okay. Of course, one roll is go rolls as you see fit, and go one space at a time.
All right. I think that's about as far as he can go.
Got it. On that note, why don't you go ahead and roll me a DC 13 dexterity saving throw?
Okay.
And let's see if anybody else is close enough. Nope, you're there. Everyone else is good.
We don't get spiders down here.
Obviously, you are on the ceiling. I want to note that I know that.
It's a 14.
On a 14, you note that there's a statue to the side, right here. As you pass it, a large flame ball whishes past your head and hits the back. A small explosion leaving scorches right here, right? You note in the back of your head a very powerful flame that just kind of gone, and you have nearly saved a very dangerous fire. On that note, we are 10 minutes to midnight, so I want to go ahead and give a little bit of a breakdown of what we're seeing today. We have our adventurers going to a different planet that they've never been before, introduced to a species of goblin that they've never seen before as well, while obviously looking like regular goblins. These people seem to be of a more rural state of mind. They find themselves in a trap-filled dungeon made by people who their commander-in-chief of the Outlaw would make them believe has only been here 5 years, but it turns out they've been here for much longer. Will our adventurers be able to get out of here? Will we be able to have a new day, or are we going to have a total player kill on session 2? Go ahead and tune in session 3 and see what happens. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and say bye to our viewers. My outrageous outlaws, why don't you go ahead and say bye yourselves?
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Y'all have a good one, and that ends our stream for tonight.